We welcome you all to our fantasy land. Yes, this one should be quite the rager. We know what you're thinking, it's role-playing, yes, but not of a sexual nature. Oh, we never get laid and we never get dated, but leaving this basement feels quite overrated. We'll all just be fated to chance. Join in our dance, take off your pants. We're dick jokes and dragons and we hold the key. Our character class is much cooler than thee. So join us at Dick Jokes and Dragons and shout out with glee.
We are there.
All right, we're back. We got a theme song, everybody. And I can hear myself
So
twice.
excited.
All right.
Feels good to be back.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So we I don't know, somebody got wicked deathly ill back in November. Luckily enough, he's still alive and was still with us.
Yep. Sorry about that.
But it only took, 6 or 7 months to get back on the D&D. Unfortunately, because we're all a bunch of dumbasses, we forgot what was happening in the rise of the Frostmaiden campaign. Even though I wrote stuff down, just didn't feel like picking that one back up. We wanted to start fresh, start new. So we've picked a campaign called Rise of the Drow. It's a collector's edition, fancy. It's not set in Faerun. It's set in a whole different world called Eventyr, and it's published by AAW Games. So we'll see how this goes. I read through the whole campaign, and I got to say I was more excited about it than I was with our previous campaign. So hopefully this will be fun. All right, so we have me, the DM. We have our players. We have Abar, the Barbarian, Farvin, playing an Elf Hunter. Meepo is going to be our first Kobold Monk. Ragnar Thunderbeard, the Dwarf Cleric, I believe. And unfortunately not with us on the first night will be Warnock, who will be a Azamar fighter. So to kick things off, I'd like to go through each one of your backstories first, and then we're going to do the collective backstory, and then we'll kick off the cold open. So, starting with you, Abar, you want to go ahead and give us a little rundown of your backstory and what your character looks like?
Yes. I don't really have a way to pull it up, what it looks like, but I'm a half orc. What more do you need to know than that? Well, let me tell you what else you need to know as I move over here to pull up my backstory. My parents hated me growing up, pretty much. They just called me a monster, called me just horrible. All the fun stuff that loving parents say to their child. They would call me a barbarian, and that's how I got the name Abar, Barbarian. DM, you want me to go through my whole backstory?
Yeah. It's not too bad. Go ahead, run with it.
Okay.
Run with it.
All right. I'm gonna just go ahead and read it verbatim. So,
Sure, if you want.
Yeah, I kind of do.
Give me a minute. So, go ahead and start that, and I'll go and find your picture, because this is a lovely picture.
Okay. I believe it was very hard to find. If you Google half orc, it might be the third or fourth.
I got it.
All right.
We're good. Just run with it.
The roar of the arena was
soon. I'll be making art for everyone.
This is great.
All right, that's already interrupting there, Ragnar. Thanks.
Sorry.
The roar of the arena. Oh, you know what? I think we can change something up a little bit. If you bear with me, I apologize. I had a plan for this.
Rough start. We're a little late tonight. We haven't done this in 6 months, so everybody's a little scattered brain.
The roar in the arena was all I had known from such a young age. My ferocity as a child left me without many friends. My mother never loved me. I was a mistake in her eyes. She never gave me a name, just called me a barbarian for the way I acted. Who is this? She would be asked. Oh, he's a barbarian, don't worry about him. My mother couldn't control my temper and ferocity. She sold me into slavery soon after I could stand on my own 2 feet. When my master purchased me, they asked me my name, and all I could say was, I'm a barbarian. Puzzled, looked at his paper, wrote down, Abar, barian. That's Abar. Anyway. I quickly made a name for myself in the smaller fighting pits, fighting with a blade, a club, a hammer, my own fists, everything I could get my hands on, eventually earning the nickname Havoc. And I hear it's not too clear with my voice, so we'll switch back.
There goes that idea.
It was
eventually,
okay. It wasn't terrible, but yeah, go ahead.
Our Meepo was telling me how horrible it was, and I shouldn't have even tried.
I didn't say it was horrible. I just said it was difficult, and I don't want people to miss your backstory because it's
You know,
phenomenal.
us,
He really asked you to commit seppuku for that?
us. Eventually, I earned a nickname Havoc. I was elevated to the title of Gladiator, and I fought in the real big main arena. Crowds gathered to watch me disembowel both man and beast. Year after year, I fought. Every victory earned tons of coin for my master. Very little coin for me. I hid my earnings away in secret, hoping one day to buy my freedom and venture the biggest arena of them all.
Quick interjection. You don't mind, Abar?
Yes.
Just for our viewers and everybody else at home, all of this was obviously in his head, as he is a level 1 adventurer. We're not starting at level 20, but we'll proceed. Go ahead.
Well, there's a reason why I might only be at a level 1 when I get there.
Okay, all right, sure.
One day,
Second
I see how this is gonna go. One day, I was sharpening my blade. A young, half-orc girl walked by my cell. She was small, sickly looking, only about 5 years old. I remembered right then that I wasn't the only child my parents had. A memory burned so deep came rushing to the surface. I had a sister. This wasn't her. The young orc froze when she saw me gazing at her. In an act of such generosity I didn't even know I had inside of me, I handed her a single gold piece. She smiled, eyes filled with wonderment, and she just left to continue her duties. A few days later, I returned from another battle, victorious, obviously. As I entered my quarters, the corpse cart came rolling by, like it does every day after, I'm done in the arena. Piled high were the people that couldn't best me. But under all the bodies, I saw a small hand clutching a gold piece. I stopped the cart, walked over, and I was so shocked to see the mangled body of this young half-orc girl. I asked what happened, only to find out she had been chained to a stake and set upon by wild tigers in the opening for today's events. She held on to the coin throughout the whole ordeal, hoping I, the brave gladiator Abar, would save her from this arena. I didn't know. I couldn't save her. She died waiting for me, and I wasn't there. A red hot rage fills my mind and body anytime I think about it. I crushed the throat of the man hauling the cart. I picked up my blade and went into a blind rage like nothing I've experienced before. I slaughtered without care or remorse. Guards rushed in to take me down. The order in which they came through the door was the order in which they died. I finally made it to the master's quarter. The Ludus owner stood behind his desk, as pale as white cloth. I said only 2 words, the girl. He looked at me with a combination of horror and amusement. Oh, that little thing? The tigers needed to eat, don't they? He told you He told you that I've never shown an ounce of concern for anyone, so why now? I swung my sword as hard as I could. In one giant swing, I removed his left arm, his left eye, and left his face severely scarred. Before I could deliver the killing blow, which he so deserved, more than a dozen guards rushed in the door. A huge fight. I got stabbed so many times. I ended up dispatching all 12, only to turn and find out that he had escaped through a secret passage. I put my hands on my wounds. I did what I could. I walked back to the girl. Before I left, I grabbed a bolt of cloth for my wounds from his desk. I wrapped myself. I noticed a receipt for a transport ship I could hardly pronounce, but it read Rabalka. Laboring, I returned to the cart, thinking this was going to be my last act. I wrapped the girl's body, buried her under a tree outside the city. The gold coin still hangs around my neck on a small leather strap. It's a symbol that she gave me a number of gifts: empathy, a past, a cause, an awakening of the half-human side of me, feelings I thought I never had. I thought I was lost in my basic instincts, but she showed me that no man, or even half-man, is ever too far gone. It took me years of nursing my wounds. I couldn't move. Everything was labored, and here I am, basically starting over. All the skills I've had before, I have to rebuild from square one. The end.
It makes sense. It all adds up.
Good job, buddy.
I was getting pretty choked up when you discovered the hand and the gold coin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a sad story.
I wonder if she died because of that coin.
Okay, bye.
All right. So nobody could hear me, right? What? That was great. Round of applause for Abar.
Good job, buddy.
Yay!
Good job. All right, Abar, go ahead and close out that picture on the stream. We're gonna head over to a shorter backstory. This will be Farvin Ashwatcher.
Well, I don't know if I'd say shorter as maybe just more efficient.
Well, yeah,
But,
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know.
yeah. So, here it goes. Farvin was born a citizen of Melon, an elf of the wood. However, he felt no connection to his home. He felt the forest calling him out. So he left the city at the earliest opportunity. He was a ranger for many years until he was attacked by an unusual, strange beast. Thankfully, he was rescued by a druid in the woods who taught him the ways of the forest. He was taught the power of nature and the importance of protecting the forest. The druid allowed him to stay with him for a time and learn, but he knew he would never be truly happy until he had traveled the lands and learned all that it had to teach him. The end.
Yay.
Or is it just
The
the
beginning.
beginning?
That Farvin's so hot right now.
Dashing, would you say?
All right. That was very, very good. Thank you, Farvin. And a round of applause is due. There we go. All right, we're gonna move over to Meepo. A little longer of a backstory. Buckle up. Hopefully, yeah, it's up to you. You can just do short highlights. You can do the whole thing. Whatever you want to do. We're here for you.
I'll just read it quickly. You little monster, the townswoman yelled out at Meepo. She didn't approve of his kind more than just of him. Kobolds were not well liked in the area, not since the clans united under Mormosa the Dragonborn and raided the surrounding cities over 100 years ago. When these racial things happened, he would withdraw and recenter himself as he was taught by his master, Norras Dai, in the temple, the place he called home for the last 18 years, after he was found by Master Norras when he was just a child. As he walked away from the woman, he focused on his past and the blessings he received. Meepo's parents were killed in a cave-in when he was just 5 years old. He was left alone in the world, forced to fend for himself over the years, wandering the streets scavenging for food, mostly scraps left over from people in the town. Even at that age, he had compassion for others, less fortunate, and would share his small scraps with injured others or small animals. On such a day, he found a wounded man with labored, erratic breathing in an alley. He looked him over and saw he was stabbed, most likely from a robbery gone wrong. Meepo ripped a piece of his robe to dress the wound, as there was not much more he could do, no matter how hard he tried. As he stood back up, another passerby saw the scene and shouted for the town guard, calling out kobold murdered someone. The shouting man ran away to find someone else, and another man walked into the alley, looking down at a defeated and malnourished Meepo. Hello there, little one. You did a good thing dressing his wound. Saved his life, no doubt. The older man knelt down and smiled at the kobold, not afraid or disgusted. He closed his eyes and started an almost dance-like movement with his hands. Meepo was amazed as he saw the man's hands start glowing, almost collecting energy from the air itself. The energy coalesced right as the man placed his hands on the dying man's chest. The lighted energy seemed to dissipate, but then the man sat straight up with a loud gasp, as if he was revitalized. Meepo's eyes were fixed on the older man in awe. There you go. Feeling better? I am Master Norris Dai, and we need you to get to a temple. He spoke to the injured man, helping him to his feet. As for you, little one, best if you put your cloak on and come with me as well. As a hero, you need not live on the streets anymore. Master Norris reached out a welcoming arm to the kobold, like a father to a child. For the first time in his life, Meepo felt kindness. As the three moved through the city, Master Norris spoke aloud of what Meepo witnessed and told him that he was a master in the monastery just outside of town. He told him that with training and a connection to life energies, healing can happen. Harnessing life energy can be both reconstructive and destructive, and offered to train Meepo. After leaving the injured man at the closest temple, Master Norris brought Meepo to the temple, where most of the monks at first thought Meepo to be a threat or not to be trusted. But as they knew from Master Norris's teachings that good can lie in any being, they accepted him. Under the guidance of the other monks, he was taught how to use his body as a weapon when the need arises, but only for true and just reasons. Master Norris taught Meepo the way to have mercy in all things, and how to discern when life or death can be merciful. Over the years, the younger monks were still cautious of Meepo, as he was the only kobold in the monastery, but the older monks had no issues. He soaked up all the knowledge and training as he could. He was extremely efficient in sparring when his opponents were distracted by others, as others often overlooked the small creature at their feet. After years of training, Meepo joined one of the groups of monks that would leave the monastery, acting as wandering physician monks to other neighboring places. People he helped needed extra assurance about his innocent qualities. On one such mission, Meepo and his group came across a city that had been swept by a great plague, where most were dead and a few people were left in the final stages of life. He did what he could to help end their suffering, but the infection prompted questions by the elders. Master Norris sent Meepo to travel to the closest shipping port, to travel to the mainland to see if there was anything he could find out about what happened. Meepo accepted his instructions and, with reassurance, headed out to the local port. There he joined the longship and continued his mission.
Very good. Round of applause for
Very good.
Meepo.
Thank you.
It'll be fun dealing with a kobold party member, and not your usual monster fodder, and a special one at that. All right. Without hesitation, we're going to move over to Ragnar Thunderbeard, our dwarven cleric. Ragnar, you're up, buddy. Go.
Hi, I'm Ragnar Thunderbeard. I'm here to tell you about my story. Ragnar Thunderbeard grew up in the mountains of Tolbrunhold. Tolbrunhold was a big dwarf city that was taken over after clans split due to politics. Ragnar Thunderbeard is from the Thunderbeard clan. Ragnar, growing up, would hear the god of Clangeddon Silverbeard talk to him. He then started to gain powers that molded him to be the cleric that he is today. His older brother took over the clan, and in his own eyes, Ragnar saw his older brother smite down their father, and killed him. Ragnar snuck around, and he took the stone warhammer that was once his father's hammer, called Justice, but Ragnar renamed it and called it Revenge. One day he will go back to Torbrunhold and get revenge. Ragnar left Torbrunhold to venture out in the world, where he started having a gambling addiction and quite the drinking issue.
Good job.
That it? All right, Ragnar. That was great. And I like the voice, man.
You didn't like the voice? Come
No,
on.
I didn't. I liked it. I liked it.
Oh,
I
that was
liked
good.
it.
Cool.
A
That
round
was
of
good.
applause. Yeah. you
I
know?
tried to work with Scottish accent last night, but I can't do it.
There it is. All righty then. All right. So normally we would have the fifth backstory for Warnock, but maybe he will join the adventure at another time, as he's unavailable tonight. So let's kick over to the start of the campaign. I guess we'll call it the cold open. I'm going to switch maps here. So we're over to the Klevekian Kingdom. Kind of focused and centered in the region that you guys will be traveling around in. Abar, if you wanted to just give the viewers the gist of how large the region is, you could scroll out for a minute, but then just scroll right back in. Abar is running our Twitch stream, just so everybody knows. So I'm not quite paying attention to chat, but if you have any questions, I'm sure somebody will let me know.
Those clouds look really good.
So, Aventir, like I said, is not Faerun. It's a whole different world, whole different universe. Basically, we're starting off our adventure in the Klevekian Kingdoms, which is a region in the northeastern part of the continent. Snowy mountains, a giant Great Lake, and there's quite the river that leaves from the capital of the Jesus, I can't even. I should have picked a freaking campaign where I could pronounce the words, huh? The capital of the Klevekian Kingdom, the Mokba there. You can see that up to the north is kind of up at the head of what they call the Serpent River. That runs south and then goes a couple of different directions, but it'll be bending east and up into the Serpent Lake, where you'll see the village of Robalka there, sort of in the middle of the map. And the Vic Mordair frontier is just to the southeast of the Serpent Lake. So that's where this all takes place. I'm gonna go ahead and read the cold open I got. Alrighty, here we go. Our adventurers currently hail from the Klavik Kingdom, the most powerful country in the world of Aventir. The kingdom has been encouraging citizens to pack up and relocate to a small fishing village of Robalka, offering free passage upon military ships departing once a month to deliver supplies and trade goods. However, the current monarchy led by King Tullivar XIII is having difficulties convincing citizens to relocate to Rybalka due to its close proximity to the Vic Mordair frontier. Why, you ask? Because over the past few years, horrific stories of the Vic Mordair brutality have kept many Klevekians from accepting free passage to Rybalka. Tales are told of frequent raids on Klevekian lowland towns and villages. All Klevekian children are told frightening bedtime stories of the Vic Mordair. The tales speak of barbaric Vic Mordair warriors who arrive at nightfall to slay Klevekians and steal their belongings. They are described as gigantic, burly, tattooed demons who return to their ships with their loot only to disappear back into the mountains from which they came. Truth be told, the king's efforts to tame the Vic Mordair regions have been quite successful over the past couple of years. The so-called barbaric clans have dwindled in number. In fact, some of the Vic Mordair have settled amongst the Klevekians in Rybalka itself. They aren't the best of friends, but they have learned to work and trade together as neighbors. Even the frontier clans have put a halt to raiding instead sending emissaries of trade to the growing Klevekian-controlled fishing village. However, an untrusting King Tokolovar has depended on agents in various settlements across the Vikmordir frontier to keep him informed of any potential barbaric uprisings that may require swift military action. Recently, the monarchy has sought out adventurers looking for fame and riches, both of which are promised to be found in the Vikmordir lands. The king has offered a point of contact, Mayor Igor Leonid, who can assist new arrivals in getting settled with various kinds of work as they seek to expand the village and ultimately the Klevekian Kingdom's empire. Today, our adventurers have come to book passage on a ship from the capital city of Mokba to the village of Rybalka. The journey will take them down the Serpent River south, eventually bending east and feeding into the Serpent Lake, and then finally to the lakeside fishing village of Rybalka. In a few short weeks, the village will be celebrating the annual Vigil of Light, an exciting time that brings warmth and cheer to all around the region. The Vigil of Light is an old Vikmordir tradition that ensures the light follows the dark on the longest night of the year. In an effort to live harmoniously with the Vikmordir, the settling Klevekians have embraced this tradition and exchanged gifts upon the following morn, along with a feast and celebration. All right. Really hope I wasn't on mute. You guys
Nope,
get
I
that?
heard you.
Yeah, we got it.
Oh, we got it all right.
I heard all the Discord beeps, and I was like, "Oh, geez," and I didn't have time to tab over. All right, so that's the cold opening. Okay, you guys ready to rock and roll?
I like it.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. Session 1, day 1. A little bit more reading from me. You have set out on the Serpent River, headed south. It has been a few days since you've departed Mokba. The passengers have generally been in good spirits, speaking about being able to attend the Vigil of Light and taking part in the following day's feast and festivities coming up in just a couple of weeks. The mood of the crew and the captain seemed rigid over the past few days, but overnight has turned more sour as the weather has kicked up a bit. The wind has shifted north, turning a mostly pleasant trip bitter cold as sleet has begun to form and batter the ship and its topside crew. Over the course of the day, the sleet has turned into a light snow, but the wind has not relented. Towards the evening, the captain mentions to the crew that he fears a storm may be afoot in the morning. If things get worse, the next day they may need to seek refuge until it passes. The crew's mood at that point seems to turn a bit more sour. You overhear them talking about not wanting to land at Crow's Rest, which seems to be a place they recall as haunted. Some of the senior members of the crew, including the captain himself, quickly tell them to stop believing in tall tales and acting like children. As the evening settles in, the captain appears below deck and looks over in your general direction. Looking at the captain, one could tell from a glance that the careworn face of the master of the ship, festooned with fine wrinkles and tanned from countless days at sea, has seen virtually everything this world could possibly throw at him. The stains of billions of drops of sea spray dot the shoulders, arms, and quite a lot else of the long, tattered sea coat draped over the middle-aged man's lanky frame. You there! Please prepare some food for the overnight crew. Ensure you eat some yourself and then get some rest tonight. If this weather gets any worse, I may need you in the morning. We may need to land and take shelter, and I will need you to scout for a suitable place as my men secure the ship. Abruptly, with that, he heads upstairs. You make your way over to the galley area and prepare food. The galley is a small area, but the four of you and a kobold are able to move around easily enough. There are potatoes and carrots to chop, a couple of chickens to pluck, clean, and prepare for stew, and of course some dishes to wash from the morning's feast, as to have some clean serving bowls for stew tonight. There's an area with a butcher block for meat, another area set up to peel and chop vegetables, and of course, a small makeshift stove for boiling water and making food that exhausts at a crude pipe installed in the side of the ship. A couple of crew members are playing cards at a table in the mess area. It appears you have some work ahead of you. What would you like to do? All right, guys. That's it for me for a few minutes. The scene is set. You're below decks. You're in the galley area. It's kind of a split area where there's a galley and there's a mess. So, the captain has as part of. You know what we didn't do? We didn't quite read the group backstory. Abar. Do you want to give us a quick too long didn't read on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
Too
let's do
long. Didn't read on the backstory. I'm just going to pull it up in case there was some things I want to reference. But we all had our previous walks in life. You know, we for one reason or another, we needed voyage on this kind of like long ship. It's an expensive voyage. None of us are super rich. One thing they did do is you can work for the ship for a couple voyages to pay off what would be your fare, almost like indentured servitude, right? So that's how the five of us have kind of became to know each other, become familiar, joke, laugh as coworkers do, working for our way to get where we need to get. As you know, we were kind of hanging out doing our thing. We heard a tap of a hammer. We check it out. It was adventurers wanted. They were looking for help. We kind of all looked at each other and kind of said, yeah, we should, we all know each other. We all have various skills. When we land, maybe we should look into this, work together, get a little bit of coin to help us go our independent ways on our voyages. We're kind of counting the sleeps down until we arrive at our destination. And that's where we are.
It sounds much like what we talk about. Many of us are coworkers about how many sleeps until D&D. That's one of our favorite taglines. Anyway, very good. Thank you. So that explains kind of where we're at now. I'm going to switch over to below decks. Abar, you might have to fix the map on the stream. All right. All right. So the captain's poked his head down, giving you guys some orders. As you've stated in the group collective backstory, you got to work off your passage. So, yeah, got to create some victuals for the overnight crew and yourselves, and then a couple of guys playing cards out in the mess. A couple of those are the Glavekian soldiers that are escorting you on the ship. They're halfway sailors, if you will. So I'm gonna leave it to you guys to banter and decide what you would like to do next.
Aye, Captain. We'll get everything prepared right away. Say, Meepo, would you like a boost up onto the counter to help me prepare some of this food?
You're gonna let him put his feet along the counters where we're preparing this food.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they're clean feet, right?
Are they clean feet,
right,
Meepo? How clean are your feet?
They're clean enough, I guess.
Can you lick them?
I mean, he could even use them to help tenderize some of the meat and mash some of the potatoes.
Farvin, do me a favor. Cut my portion, set it off to the side, and help him on the counter.
I mean, we all eat from the same pot, so. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna give Meepo a boost.
I prefer mine raw.
Excuse me, one crew, one meal here.
I'm
Okay.
quite good with my hands. I don't really need to use my feet per se, and I know how to avoid things, stepping on things. I wish some other people in this crew could avoid stepping on things as I rub my back.
Oh, you got stepped on?
Well, oh well.
Wow. Yep.
It was
Sounds like
late at night and I was drunk. I'm sorry.
oh, big surprise, Ragnar.
Here we go again.
Ragnar was drunk again.
So
Ah.
Ragnar.
Ragnar, I'll tell you again because it seems like you're a little less drunk that boats float on water but also can sink by that. So maybe you shouldn't drink so much.
Okay.
So what were you and Meepo doing late at night drunk?
He
I
was
was-
sleeping.
I bet they were
was
playing
sleeping.
cards again. I bet they were playing cards and drinking again.
Oh my god.
No,
Guys,
I
you're
don't-
not gonna have any gold for
I
when
don't-
we land if you keep
I don't-
betting it at the card tables.
I'm gonna win one day. All right.
Just watch where you're stepping.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Well, I'm gonna go upstairs and take a look at the deck and maybe catch that card
I
game.
hear you like looking at
Hey,
decks.
I mean, you heard what the captain said. We all gotta prepare and get this ready. So I'm not sure if, no. I mean, what if he catches you up there? You know, and we're not doing what we're supposed to. I mean,
Farvin, it's probably better if we just stick to cooking and let them leave. You know, they're not the best cooks or pretty much anything else in the world.
Yeah.
well, I mean, we do cook a pretty good meal.
My ears are the half human, so I heard that quite well.
Well, I can bless the food too.
I'm just jesting.
As you guys are
All right,
talking,
Ragnar,
you can
we'll
see
call
the
you down.
two guys that are out and the two guards that are playing cards in the mess have kind of stopped playing cards and they're looking at you and they look quite hungry and one of them looks to the other and says, I don't know if we're gonna get to eat tonight though. All this bickering going on in the galley.
It's okay. It's okay. We're working on it. We're working. Guys,
All right,
guys,
then.
come on, guys, come on.
Back at it then.
Guys, come on. Help me with the meal. Help me with the meal.
All right, how can I help?
All right, you get the water going. I'm gonna start chopping these vegetables. Meepo, maybe you can help with the delivery of some of the food as it's starting to come off.
I can help with the delivery too.
Yeah, I'll need some bread. I'm gonna start punching some bread dough.
Who's gonna pluck the chicken?
I'm sorry.
I'll
Did-
choke
what-
the chicken.
No, he said pluck with a P, Ragnar.
Oh, sorry. I had a few drinks.
Oh my god.
We gotta have protein, gents. As the guard yells over to you.
All right.
And
I'm gonna
don't get
boil
cute.
I'm gonna boil. I'd like to boil some water and then dunk the chicken in the boiling water to make it easier to pluck the feathers.
Oh, this guy's done this. He's done this
Can you give me
before.
an animal handling check, please?
Yes, I can. As soon as I remember how to do that.
Have to open up your character.
Yeah, you'll have to go to the players tab, upper right hand corner.
Players, Abar, Barbarian, animal handling, and a normal.
Nice.
Is a
Ah.
19 good enough?
Oh my
Dude,
30-20.
nails it.
with a couple of quick, strokes, you pluck that chicken bare boned. In fact, you butcher it and you chop it up real well and you plop it right in the stew and surprisingly enough, you don't burn yourself.
All right. Why is that surprising?
That was
I mean,
better.
I think maybe you kind of sometimes swing your weapon pretty wide sometimes.
Too many cooks, too many cooks.
What time is it, DM?
It's probably about 6 or 7 in the evening.
All right, so I'm chopping vegetables.
Chop, chop, chop. I'm gonna tend to my chicken in the stew to make sure it doesn't overcook.
Ragnar, maybe you can bring out some drinks to our friends. Try
All
to
right.
drink them on the way.
All
Give
right, I
them
gotta bring
plenty
drinks
of ale.
out there.
Lots of mead.
Alrighty. So Ragnar, you carrying over some drinks to the couple of guards playing cards?
Yep, I go upstairs and I
Actually,
Put
they're
the
right
drinks.
there. they're right there and right across from you in the galley. Like I said, the galley and the kitchen
Sorry,
are
I had
below
a few
deck there.
drinks. Sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. Did you have a few drinks in real life as well?
No, I wish.
All right. It is all. It's Friday night. You never know.
Friday.
So I grabbed the drinks from the galley and I
Okay.
go up and I say, "Hey boys, you guys playing some cards?" I look at them and I drop the drinks down. I said, "You got time for pass me a hand?"
Observant one. This guy is, huh? The other one goes, "Ha! We'll take his money." Sure, and they deal you in.
Okay.
So Ragnar is now with the two guards playing cards, and you guys are still in the galley preparing food.
So as I'm sitting there, continuing to cut the vegetables, I'm looking over at Ragnar, seeing that he's starting to get engaged with the cards, and I kind of roll my eyes. I'm just like, ah, so typical.
Well, if he cooks as well as he handles his liquor, it's probably better to keep him out of the kitchen.
All right, you might be right. You might be right.
I would like to take a wooden spoon or whatever spoon's around and take a taste of the stew to see if it needs any additional seasonings.
Meepo's gonna flip it to you with his tail.
Not feet.
Nah, not yet.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and give us a. So you're gonna give it a taste there,
Yes,
Abar?
please.
Well, let's go with a nature check on that one.
Nature check.
Yeah. Why don't we try to see if we can beat a 12, DC 12. Let it rip.
Oh no.
Oh. Well, you
One.
you taste it. It's very bland. Definitely needs help. But you're not quite sure what kind of help it needs.
Meepo's
Guys,
gonna-
something's off with this stew. I can't determine what it is. Could somebody give it a taste and add
Abar.
whatever it needs?
Abar, did you forget the spices again?
It's quite possible. I was so in my head after how I butchered that chicken. I might have skipped a step or two.
The bread will be done shortly. Maybe you can cut it into slices. I'll take over the stew.
Great.
And I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna basically do some like ratatouille type work. Or I'm doing some splashes of this and dunks of that, and I think it's gonna taste better.
Alrighty.
Well,
So
while
as
while I'm doing my
okay.
thing, I'm going to be humming a sea shanty.
Do you want to?
Oh, it's perfect. It is the best tasting stew.
Yeah, you nail it. I mean, this soup is probably the best soup you've ever tasted. Farvin, did you want to? Do you know that tune? Did you want to go ahead and hum it live, or are we just going to assume that you're humming?
There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy of Tea. The winds blew up, her bow dipped down. Oh boy, oh boy. And I
Oh
continue
my
on.
So Ragnar, as the galley, you can hear them start up with the sea shanty, and they're going. You're sitting and you're playing with playing cards there with these guys, and let's see here. What do you got for coin there, young feller? So
I
the
think I got 25 on me.
all right. So the current bet is 2 gold. Roll me a d20 if you beat a. Let's say let's see. What do we want to roll here? What do you got for stats here? What do I feel like doing? Let's do a performance check here. If you beat a 15, you're gonna go ahead and win the pot, which would be 6 gold total, including 2 of yours, so it would be 4 gold on
I
top.
think if he wants to cheat, he should do a sleight of hand check.
Slide of hand.
All right, you definitely lose. The guards see you trying to do something shady with your cards, and one of them looks over. You trying to cheat us, boy?
All right, soup's ready,
No.
guys. Soup's ready.
I start singing louder. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One
So with
day
that,
when
the guard promptly forgets what he was talking about. You could see the hunger on his face. You know, it just gets his face just gets enlightened that that there's going to be food coming. And as Ragnar, I assume you're going to go ahead and try to get out of here and go get some food to serve these gentlemen.
Yeah, I get out there.
As you start to walk away, the other guard looks to the other guard, and you can hear him kind of say, "Well, do you think if the storm kicks up and it's bad enough, we'll be stopping at the old Crow's Rest?" And you hear him say, "Yeah, shouldn't be a big deal. I don't know what people, why people are so afraid. We're Kalavekian soldiers, the high and mighty. We can handle anything. There's nothing on the island I'm afraid of."
Can I hear that?
No, the only person that can hear it is Ragnar. And Ragnar, you're going to be headed back towards the galley to grab some food. You kind of hear that as you're walking away.
Did we
and
deliver them soup yet?
no, that's what Ragnar's coming back for. And I got to
Okay.
deduct. I'm going to go into your inventory here and deduct 2 gold from you. You're down to 23 gold, fella.
As he makes his way down, Meepo will be like, "Did you win, Ragnar?"
No, I messed
Did you
up.
cheat again?
Sorta.
Oh my god.
I just slowly shake my head as I just continue to prepare the meal.
One
We
of
got
these
some
days,
problems.
Ragnar, your
Stick
cheating
to the wine and rum. Leave the cards alone.
will end
Yes.
up being your undoing, friend.
We need to talk after dinner is served.
Another loan? Is that what's going on here?
I can't say much, but it's something I overheard.
Well,
It better be good this time.
Abar, can you toss over a couple slices of bread, please?
Yes, I would like to slice the fresh loaf of bread and just gingerly toss a few slices over, to go towards the plate.
You had to give me an acrobatics check. Beat a 12.
Come on, buddy. Yay.
You got it.
Oh my
You
God,
got it with
he
ease,
did it
fella.
again! He did it again!
Did maybe the bread was buttered like in the air?
Yes.
You sliced it with a knife that
I,
had butter on it and buttered it
Did-
as you sliced it.
I didn't see a natural crit quite like, but
Yeah,
let's save the heroic moments for when it's a heroic roll.
Yeah, like
Okay.
my stew. Okay.
Okay.
Holy
All right,
shit!
it wasn't. All right, it wasn't buttered this time.
But we can all picture what it would have been like if it was buttered.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna arrange the bread just gently into the stew and put 2 on a tray, 2 bowls on a tray, and hand them to Ragnar. All right, all set.
Thank you. So I go over there to the guards and I drop off the plate to them. And I said to them, "Would you like me to bless your food from Silver Clan Beard?"
One of them looks at you, kind of with a one eye raised. He says, that's all right there, fella. We're okay. Keep your blessings. We got your gold. It's all good."
Can we hear that? Like, can I snicker back at the guy?
Yeah, you can hear that. You're not that far away. It's only like 10 to 12 feet away. So
All right, yeah.
We all make eye contact with smirks. Meepo's gonna finish pouring out some stew for everyone else.
soup. All right, so the guards continue to they dive right in and start eating, and they engage in conversation with each other, and they're happy to be eating.
So while they're distracted and eating and communicating with themselves, I like to lean over to Ragnar and ask him, what'd you overhear? Was it something about the voyage?
It's probably about money again.
Well, when I tried to cheat the game with them, they caught me, and then I turned my back, and I overheard them talking about the crow's nest pier, how other people are worried about it, but they're not worried about it because they're Kavakian soldiers, and their leader is Dr. Kevorkian.
I heard he studied the way of mercy.
Holy shit.
Holy God.
I believe he's a monk.
He's
All
an
right.
evil necromancer.
All right. Enough with talking. Rein it back in, guys. People are
Well,
watching.
Have you guys ever heard of the crows? What was it? The crow's
The
nest?
crow's rest?
Crow's nest.
Or was it? I don't know if I recall that.
Is there a storm outside, DM?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Is it really bad where the ship is rocking way back and forth?
You know what? Let's yeah, the ship's it's definitely going back and forth. We've been at it almost an hour. We're gonna call our first 5-minute break real quick. So just to recap, you guys have been making food for the overnight crew. Ragnar lost a couple of bucks, a couple of gold coins to the guards. The guard said something to Ragnar. Ragnar brought it back to the crew who are cooking and they're eating. And we will be right back. Okay, guys, let's take 5.
You guys there?
Hey.
Hey. Are we live where they can hear me or no?
Yeah, I think so.
On Twitch?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Why?
I'm just gonna type in general.
Okay.
All right, I'm back. We good?
I'm here.
I'm here. Should I keep the dwarf voice or no?
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
it.
no, it's awesome.
All right, cool.
I've never heard a kobold speak, so I'm sorry if mine doesn't sound like a kobold, but
You
I
did
like
good.
it.
I like it. Good to go. All right, we're almost back. I got Meepo. I've got Ragnar. Do I have Abar?
Abar's here.
Do I have Farvin?
Present.
All right.
AA Ron.
Here we go. We are back.
Here.
Balake.
So, all right. So let's go. What do we want to? What's our next move, fellas? You want to head off to bed? You want to talk to anybody? You're good to go. What are we doing? It's, a couple hours have passed. It's probably about 8, 9 o'clock. You can see the guards are
The crew's fed, right?
are full. The crew is fed. Ragnar.
Did anyone bring up food to the captain? Did we forget the captain's meal?
Oh boy.
Guys, we need to quickly bring some food up to the captain.
Do you want me to
While
bring it up to him?
yeah, go bring food up to the captain.
All right, I'm gonna grab the tray and I'm gonna grab that nice piece of bread that they made. I'm gonna put it on the plate.
We
with
cannot
the
screw
food.
this up. We need to make sure that this is the nicest one.
Can we roll for it?
Roll for what?
No,
How
you're good.
nice the food is?
bread.
Okay.
The food's already nice. We cooked it. And
All right.
Jesus Christ.
All right, I'm gonna bring it up to him.
All right.
DM, is there something that I can roll to see if I've ever heard of the crows?
Yeah, I was
Master,
actually I was thinking we
Yeah,
could take
give me a second.
yeah.
So, let's do a history check. History
On it.
check.
Dirty 20.
Yeah. So your studies at the old monkery there. You know the crow's rest, as they call it. It's not the crow's nest. Is an island situated probably about halfway through the journey between the river down from Mokba to the towards the bend where it heads east and dumps into the lake. So it is an island. Its history that you know it is there once were tribal people on the island. That would be the Vic Mordair. There was a small village. There was some sort of event, and the island is no longer has any inhabitants, as far as you know. Something tragic happened. It's unclear as to what. To you, you just know that history serves that the being a Vic Mordiar region that they what are we rolling there? Who's that?
It was on accident.
Okay.
How he says it in character.
Oh
So
my
you could
god.
you could probably glean some more. You could probably glean some more information. Ragnar, I need to change the color of
his
your. Yeah, I can't read who that is. So I'm
that
gonna
puke
change you
green.
over to a blue.
I would like to grab a rag while you do that from the kitchen and kind of walk around, cleaning up the tables and stuff as I will. And I would like to just be blunt with these two guards. You know, Crow's Rest. I heard you mention Crow's Rest. What's that? What's the concern with that place?
All right, let's see what we got here. You kind of doing that in an intimidating way? You're trying to.
More like a um. Yeah. So let's rephrase how I say that. Kind of intimidation. What's up with this Crow's Rest? You seem a little nervous. Is there anything I need to be prepared for?
All right, go ahead and try to be a 12 with your intimidation check.
Oh no.
Yeah. Pay no mind to it there, Sonny.
Okay.
And they go about to finish their ale.
All right. When I walk back to the kitchen, I'd like to kind of lean into Meepo and Farvin and be like, maybe that ale will loosen their lips. I got an uneasy feeling about that Crow's Rest place.
All right.
Would you like to serve them more ale?
Yes, on
All
the
right.
house.
Okay. Pretty much on the house anyway, but
True.
as you have it, you bring a couple more mugs of ale over to the guy. And these guys have been at it for a little while. And yeah, they're getting a little tipsy, but they can handle their liquor, being mock Bavians. They are going on watch, so they're trying not to get too loose, but they're relaxing a little bit. And the other guard goes, "Why are you so hard on the young half-orc? He's not such a bad guy. They fed us. They've been feeding us ale. They provided us a show while they got the food ready. Go ahead and tell them what you know." He goes, "You might have a point. There's no harm. It's all bullshit anyway." So he says, "Come on over, have a seat. I'll give you what I know." You gonna sit
All
down?
right. Yeah. I grab a chair from an accompanying table, and I kind of pull it up, but backwards. So the back of the chair is up against the table, and I kind of straddle it and lean in, all curiosity like.
Okay, cool guy.
Man, he's flipped his chair around. He's totally relating to us.
So what is
What's going on, my fellow?
what is
It's
as Abar is pulling up a seat, if you will, what are Farvin and Meepo doing in the kitchen?
Well,
I'd probably be cleaning up.
Okay.
yes, cleaning as well.
All
Gotta
right.
make sure this is a nice run galley, nice and clean, smooth sailing.
I'd ask Favren, how did you like my soup? That might be the best stew I've ever made.
It was so good. It makes me want to bust out into song. Soon may the Wellermen come to bring us sugar, tea, and rum.
So
Meepo's gonna kind of try to whistle, but since he's like a dragon, doesn't have lips, so it's just kind of like.
So the guard goes, "All right, I can't go through another rendition of this song. Abar, call your friends over. Bring some ale. You should all have a glass. I don't feel like repeating this."
All right, so in my
Okay.
hands, I'm gonna have at least 3 glasses by the handles of each of my hands. So I'm bringing over like 6 drinks myself.
All righty. Gather close, gents. For I don't want to get the other passengers all worked up if they overhear it. Surely not that half-witted dwarf that lost all his money.
We kind of look over our shoulder.
He's made some bad decisions repeatedly.
Decades ago, a Vic Mordair ship wrecked off the coast of Crow's Rest. We're talking decades ago. The entire ship was lost to the frozen waters, save one boy who clung on to the partially exposed mast for days until he was rescued by the island residents. He was adopted by a small Mordair village, spending a lot of time in the woods and learning the ways of nature, animals, and spiritualistic rituals. Some say he grew up to be a powerful healer, but nobody really knows. Something happened to the entire village, and ever since, nobody has inhabited the island. People say it's haunted. Some say there was a struggle between small beast-like creatures, and the boy that grew out of control and wiped out the village. It's all hearsay, though. We've passed by that island a number of times, and other than the birds circling and other wildlife, we've seen no signs of any ghosts or any other type of inhabitants. As the captain says, tall tales. We have to land there, we land there. No big deal.
Could you
And
tell
with
me more
that,
about the beasts?
The beasts. Wow.
You're gonna see Meepo wince every time someone says beast. By the way.
Okay. Not much is known about the beasts other than they weren't from these lands and they arrived to the island and caused a lot of trouble for those Vic Mordair who resided on it, apparently. Some say there was a shaman amongst them. Some say the boy who grew into be a man performed some sort of ritual and it got out of control. But other than that, as we know it, no one lives on that land except the animals and the crows and birds and such that circle it.
Huh.
The other guy goes, well, we're about up on watch. You guys should definitely get some rest tonight. If the captain needs you, the captain needs you in the morning. Appreciate the food and drink, boys.
I hope you liked the stew.
The stew is the tastiest stew I've had, lad. With that, they put their empty mugs on the table and they start to get up and head out.
The toothiest grin you've ever seen.
And do we turn back to the kitchen singing now, Farvin?
Yeah, Meepo will
She
start
had
humming.
not been 2 weeks.
Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum.
Yeah.
Kind of hit. We hit a
Wow.
harmony there.
Yeah,
That's exactly how we sound.
You definitely rolled a natural 20 on that one. All right, guys. So that's it for the night. Ragnar, you come back downstairs. You gave the captain his food. He has been so busy with the night's activities and getting the boat ready for the overnight haul that he didn't realize that you guys forgot to feed him and wasn't too upset about it.
I would like to just fill Ragnar in that it's an island called Crow's Nest, not Crow's Rest.
You got it back. You got it backwards.
Crow's Rest, not Crow's Nest.
There you go.
And it's not like a dock or a pier. It's an island.
Could you explain that to me again?
In the morning.
Did you say grotesque?
Yeah, grotesque.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Good night.
Meepo's gonna like guide Ragnar back to his sleeping area.
Okay. With that, guys, it is
the drink, my friend.
You guys with bellies full, and the soft rocking of the boat and the waves, and you can hear the snowflakes coming down, and you just drift off into sleepy time.
I made sure to give Meepo a boost into his hammock.
Thank you, friend.
Dude's a monk. He could jump.
Yeah.
I mean, the hammock is hung really high.
Farvin's treating me like an invalid, but it's fine. He likes the friendship.
All right, so you guys hit the sack around 10 o'clock, and you sleep for a little while until about dawn. About 5 a.m. rolls around. As you wake up, you get up and you're kind of coming out of your bunks and headed into the galley and the mess area. You're greeted with some fresh fruit, some oatmeal. The night shift had prepared it for you and headed off to their bunks for the day. The table where the soldiers had been playing cards last night is empty. Aside for some other passengers milling about, it sounds like all hands are on deck, as you can hear the captain and the first mate barking orders back and forth.
What can we like eavesdrop?
It's really muffled. You'd have to go up topside. After
I'll
you
go up
finish your
topside.
breakfast.
Enjoy your breakfast. Your
I,
head
I
must be.
well, I would imagine you'd all kind of, you've been stuck beneath. One of the first things you'd probably want to do is get a breath of fresh air.
Guys,
like
I need some
Huh.
fresh air. It's smelling a little rank down here.
Don't
So,
look at me.
Anyone interested in going up top?
Sorry about
I
the
like
bear
fresh air.
farts.
Again.
All right. So as you all walk up the steps, you come up topside for a breath of fresh air. You're immediately pounded by cold, frigid air. The snow is picked up almost to whiteout conditions. The deck is barely visible as the crew members shuffle back and forth, pulling down the main sail as the captain and first mate bark orders. And with that, we are going to flush the chat and change the scene.
Uh-oh, no token. That's a good looking boat.
Everybody topside?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Give me a second to pull up to what is as written.
How do you rotate again? Oh,
Hold
got it.
control.
Yep, got it.
I love it. He's in character again. So as you come up topside, you can see that the captain and the crew are feverishly scampering around. The captain's having the men pull down the main sail. He's ordered some of his soldiers below deck to man the oars. The snow is very heavy. You can hear the wind just whipping and blowing real hard, and the captain shouts out, "Damn the tails, lad! We need to seek shelter before the weight of the snow sinks us straight into the serpent's belly." He hands over a spyglass to Farvin, and he points out an island off the starboard bow, as you will. He says, "We'll be landing there, boys. Take a look at see if you can find a suitable shelter. I'll need you guys to scout out the lands." The crew scrambles to turn the vessel into the shores of the island, aiming for a protected outcropping of rocks near a small beach. And once you see through, 1 second, what the hell is this? FGO. That's new. So that's you guys take turns looking through the spyglass. You can see the island that the captain has directed the boat to head towards. The mood has gone from foul to downright miserable as the entire crew seems to be caught with a nervous energy. Looming ahead is the island, growing ever larger by the minute, and you would swear there are several crows circling have now taken perch upon the branches as you get closer to watch the ship approach.
When I was looking through the spyglass, did I see any interference between us and the island, like any sort of icebergs or rocks?
No, nope, just real choppy water. And you can see you're kind of, as you're headed in, he's trying to guide you into a small little beach that's kind of between two rock, sort of like jetties, if you will, that are natural.
Like a rock in a hard place?
Yeah, that works. Yeah, sure. So after a few minutes, the boat kind of comes to its side and anchor just far enough away for where they're able to kick the gangplank out, still be afloat. And the captain starts to bark orders to the crew. He says, "All right, get all the necessary supplies to shore. We need to secure the boat. This storm is going to be a vicious one. Can't afford it to sink. We need to keep it in the shallows here overnight, or until the storm passes anyways. You there, help the fellows with the supplies, if you will. I'm going to go down and update the rest of the passengers on our status here. It looks like we'll be making a shelter here, or looking for a shelter anyways, to ride out the storm. We can't chance sinking on the lake."
All right, start helping with supplies.
All right, so the crew, definitely, you can see them, they're grabbing barrels and crates of important stuff because, the storm kicks off too bad and the ship somehow comes loose. There's stuff they don't want to lose, some valuables. So you guys, I assume you're going to help with this offloading?
Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
I'm very strong.
Can I say a quick prayer for our group?
Yeah, go ahead. What would you like to say?
I would like to call on Clangett and Silverbeard to come down and shine his light on us to help us out for our mission we have right now.
All right, you do that. Is there a spell associated with that, or you just...
No, I'm trying to role play here.
Okay, sounds good. I
DM, if
don't.
you forgot, this is a role-playing game. Please.
You never know with the Ragnar. Maybe he was trying to. Could have been. It is D&D. Could have been trying to cast bless or guidance or whatever. But apparently, we're not thinking of that right now. Very good though. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it up to Meepo and Farvin and Abar. I don't know what kind of religious folk you are, but you could appreciate that and maybe give them a little scruff on the head and thank them, or you could just say, "Dirty heathen," whatever you want to do.
Meepo's gonna stare at him because Ragnar sometimes just keeps going on and on with his prayers and he doesn't ever close it.
On and
He's just,
on.
so he's just looking like
and
his
on.
eyes are closed, but he's like keeps opening one. Like, are you done yet? No. Wait. No. Amen. Or whatever the equivalent would be.
All right, so this is a quick snapshot of some men. It looks like maybe even Abar alone the ship. A little bit of time passes by, and you guys notice, you guys are kind of sticking together. You've kind of got that camaraderie going from a couple of nights on the ship and working together to cook food and ensure poor Ragnar doesn't lose his shirt as far as his gold goes. As the supplies are stacking up, landing upon the stack of supplies, you notice a large crow, whiter than the falling snow. Its claw etches itself across your soul as if it were calling out from the pits of despair themselves. Oddly, you notice that although not one sailor is willingly going near the supplies where the crow has landed, none of them seem to actually see the crow. Flying a short distance ahead of you into the woods, the crow lands and watches, kind of tilts its head looking at you and seemingly as if it wants you to follow. And the crow is right there.
And we all see it?
Yeah, you fellas there unloading the boat because you're kind of gathering the supplies and organizing them. And the rest of the sailors don't pay it no mind. The rest of the crows in the area, you notice, are the typical crow. They're black-like. So,
I'm going to say that I don't see it. I have sunlight sensitivity. So I have disadvantage on like perception checks. So I'm assuming the whiteout of the snow is not helping with my viewing.
okay. Abar, Farvin, Ragnar, you notice it, and it seems like one of you should probably be holding Meepo's hand and giving him a hand with unloading stuff, making sure he doesn't fall off the gangplank and into the water.
All right, I want to point out this unique crow. Clearly, this is a sign from Mother Nature. I, one with the forest, recognize this, that it's important that we need to find out what is going on with this. So what I want to do is I want to kneel down on one knee and lend a hand down to Meepo to try to give him a boost up to my shoulders and see if I can pick him up. So come, Meepo, come with we. There's this crow over here. We need it's different from the rest. It's a sign from the forest.
Use the forest.
I am
Farvin,
one with the forest.
use
The forest is one with me.
As you guys are noticing this crow and going through your motions, the captain comes down the gangplank and looks over to you and he says, "You there, lads. We're going to go ahead and secure the ship and get the passengers off safely. We noticed through the spyglass there were some sort of looked like shapes up the hill a ways, perhaps a shelter. I need you guys to go investigate and see if it'll be a suitable place for us to haul up for the night. Otherwise, we're going to have to pitch the tents here on the beach, as it were, which won't be so good if the wind starts to blow east."
I
You guys
guess
are-
we will investigate that. Captain, did you notice this unique bird over here? This crow? I'm kind of pointing in the direction that I see it.
Captain looks over. He squints real. He's like, "Son, there's plenty of crows flying around. I don't see a white one. They all seem to be jet black, as if they were. Anyhow, I've got work to do." And he trots off and heads back up the gangplank to assist with the passengers.
Is there a role I can do for knowing if I've heard of a white crow before? Like a history check?
Or a nature check?
Or, yeah. Because I
Um,
knew about the island.
I mean, maybe history if it's more.
Yeah, it
You,
would
you don't have
be.
to. I'm wondering if I read something in a book somewhere.
Checking. Hold on. No, this wouldn't have been in the history books.
Right.
So there you have it. The boat's being unloaded. The supplies are pretty much done. The crew needs to kind of tie down and secure the boat and get the passengers all situated. Captain's asked you to head inland to see if you can go up the hill a ways to.
All right, guys, you heard the captain. It looks like the crew has the boat secured here, but we need to go investigate this place on top of the hill and see what is going on with this white crow.
And the bird's still there laying on a low-lying branch. He's, probably 30, 40 feet away, just kind of inquisitively looking at you. Doesn't look like he's,
With Meepo on my shoulders, I want to slowly approach it.
Okay.
Kind of in a calming sense, with my hand out, kind of like, kind of easy boy sort of a movement.
Yeah, as you get about 15 feet away, it flies off and flies another 20 feet further into the woods and stops again at a branch and inquisitively looks at you.
Well, I mean, I gotta go continue. I gotta see. You ready, Meepo? Did you see it? Did you see it, Meepo?
It's pretty bright out. How close are we?
We got up to 15 feet, I think, before it flew.
Yeah, so you're about
back.
25 feet away. So, and there's the path.
There's something about this. It's Mother Nature calling out.
No, I didn't see it.
I like to call out, Farvin. What are you doing? You saving all these boxes for me?
Abar, you heard the captain. We gotta go up these hills and investigate. But look, there's this crow. I mean, you saw this white crow. It's a sign from Mother Nature. We need to see what's going on.
Is it a good sign or a bad sign?
I mean, we don't know yet, but I mean, I don't have a bad feeling about this. It seems like more of a neutral sign.
Neutral sign.
I mean, nature as such is not natively good or bad, but just more neutral.
If you want to follow a crow,
This is
I
not
will
just
follow
any
a
crow. There are regular black crows all over the place. This one is special.
because of its color.
I've never seen a white crow before.
Okay. Okay.
I've spent a lot of time in the woods and the forest. I haven't seen one like this.
I would like to tell him to hold on and run back into the ship and grab a piece of bread and bring it with us to try to feed the crow.
Okay.
Is it buttered?
No, just plain
All
bread,
right.
not even cut, just like ripped off of a loaf.
All right, you do that.
Okay. And then I come back out of the ship and I slowly walk as much as a hulking brute I am to get next to Farvin and Meepo. It's hard for me to see where Ragnar is, so I
Ragnar, you tell
turn
me.
and I kind of call out to Ragnar, asking, "We found a white crow."
A white crow?
I know, I can't believe it.
He drops his drink and he's like, all right, I'm coming.
He understands the sign as well.
All right. So you guys are headed. You gonna follow the crow? What's going on?
We're gonna follow the crow.
Follow the crow. All right. All right. All right. All right. So we got the. We're gonna go ahead and change the scene up here. So as you start traveling, the world around you gleams in almost blinding white. Certainly for Meepo. Shrouded by feet of crisp, tightly packed snow, it would be beautiful if not for the penetrating chill clinging to your face and your garments.
Yeah.
You trudge through the snow with wide, sweeping steps, carving a route for yourself with a painstaking, laborious progress. The snow continues to fall and swirl in the frigid winds, further impeding your momentum as your labored breaths plume before you in the chill of air. As you're traveling, you're following the crow. You're never really able to get within 15 feet. It keeps just kind of fluttering down the path ahead of you. The forest around you is pretty dense. The snow is definitely dumping on you right now. It's very cold.
And they did dumps. They call them dumps.
As you forge your way through the darkness, the dark wilderness, the snow, the blind, like really can't see a hell of a lot in front of you. I know a lot of you have dark vision, but it's just pure whiteout. You catch a whiff, a faint sour smell on the wind, reminiscent of a fur cloak sodden with dew. You stop to look around, holding your hand up to indicate a halt, but the scent is lost. Wait, was that a twig snapping? Real quick, who would be in the front? Would that be Abar or would that be?
Yeah,
I mean, I was
kind
kind of
of.
thinking
I would
maybe it's
probably be like maybe a step behind.
So we
I was
have
kind of thinking at second
Farvin.
point. Yeah.
Okay, would you have Meepo still on your shoulders, or would he be just kind of holding on to somebody's coattails?
I'll still have him on my shoulders.
Okay.
I mean, there's all this snow around, so I don't know how well he could really tread through it. So.
All right. So you're the one that would have halted your companions. You look to your companions, but no further sounds reach your ears, save your own breathing. After a half a minute, you set out again, wading through the thick, deep snow. But you cannot suppress this crawling primal instinct that you are being watched. All right. Let me go ahead and change scenes.
Uh-oh. Okay if I grab a quick water?
Yeah, go ahead. Get this next part ready.
the role playing gets in my voice.
While you get it ready, I'll throw a quick ad up so it'll skip our next ad break. Let's see.
So what I'm hearing is that Ragnar needs to drink to be able to speak. Man, this guy's really RPing.
Oh yeah.
Let me know when you're back there, Ragnar. Ah, I probably can't. So Ragnar, are you back yet?
I don't think so.
All right.
I just had to reload the stream, so just be another 12 seconds of an ad should probably be enough time anyway.
Everyone back?
Yep. Just giving it a couple of seconds here, and we're gonna get ready to go. Meepo, are you still with us?
These are
Abar, let me know when we're good to go.
Look at those black crows in the scene flying over us, mocking us.
Mm-hmm. Are we good?
How's our viewers out there doing?
Great. Abar, I can hear you typing. Is that you?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So I'm gonna pick up where we left off. So stepping into a clearing, the tranquility of the surrounding is shattered by a surprising scream, heckling from the woods. Small creature steps out into the clearing, who is immediately joined by 3 comrades. They look upon you with the hunger in their eyes as they advance, pulling their cruelly carved blades out. A bristle of blood-caked hair forms on the matted ridge of the creature. Running from the creature's canine head over its hunchback and underhide armor, spotted fur, stained with the filth and gore, covers parts of the body you can see. A toothy maw, dog-like legs, ending in clawed paws, and human-like arms that wield weapons with surprising agility. What you guys see out in front of you, mind you, the white crow has kind of not so eye level anymore. It's taking refuge higher in the branches. Oh, and these guys pop out.
Stay safe, my friendly bird.
I don't know how friendly that bird was.
Not really friendly if it led us to this.
well, it could have led
We-
us to
Right.
save this person.
Are we
All right.
in combat, or can I step in front of Meeps?
We're
shoulder
gonna
with-
hold on. We're gonna be in combat.
All right.
Did you guys get the visual?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Mm-hmm.
Ragnar, you think we could talk our way out of this?
I don't think so.
All right, so if you guys can bring up your combat tracker, if you guys all remember how to do that, and roll initiative for me.
Boom. Oh my gosh, your rolls this session.
All right. Did you guys hear that?
No.
I don't know.
Okay. That's cool. Wait till you hear it. Meepo, you got to roll. There you go. All right, forgive us. This is going to be our first combat of the new campaign. It's been 6 months, so let's hope that everything is... all the modules have been updated. I believe I have all the settings right. Go ahead and begin the combat.
Just so you know, I don't see the bad guys on the stream.
You might have to scroll out a little bit.
Oh, maybe. Oh, yep, there they are. Look at that. All right.
So if you all remember the Zayargon HUD, if you select your character and hit the 2 cross swords on the Foundry toolbar to the far left of you, that'll give you kind of like a UI. So the first gnoll is going to go ahead and move in. And he's not quite going to make it all the way to you. So as the gnoll's chasing towards the group, he targets the lead with his sling, loads the pebble as he's running, and he fires, and it goes whizzing right by Farvin's head.
Did my top half of my body lean like 90 degrees backwards as I was dodging it?
If you wanted it to. He didn't really natural crit. So Abar, can you click on anywhere on the screen over there? That should get rid of the next up. Maybe we got to dump that. So take the mouse over on the observer.
Yeah, it dimmed it, but it didn't get rid of it completely.
All right.
Same on my screen. I show it like opaque.
Is everybody else?
The next step will always be opaque, and then when it's your turn, it's your turn.
All right, we'll see what happens with the
Kind of
next.
reminds you the whole time.
All right, so now it is Abar's turn.
Okay. So can I move diagonal like this?
You can move up to your movement speed.
I just wasn't sure if it was only forward and sideways or diagonal.
It hasn't been that long. Wow, yeah, that's all right. Yeah, you can go diagonal. It's not like you remember we played Hero Quest like a month ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
In Pathfinder, going diagonal takes extra movement, but in 5e, it's all 5.
Thank God we're not playing Pathfinder.
All right.
I'd love to try it, but there's a lot of rules.
I sneak by Ragnar and Meepo and come right in the side of this gnoll here, and I'm gonna attack him.
Alrighty.
Oh my gosh, you did it again.
Yikes.
And I'm gonna roll for critical hit.
And max damage on that bad boy.
Oh my
Yeah, well, go ahead and explain that death.
Wow. Oh my God.
There's a shimmer of my past when met with these adversaries that I remember deep down what I used to do, and I saw them threatening these new friends of mine, and I take my greatsword out and I pull it back, and just for a split second, all I pictured was the head of that Ludus before, and I saw his face, and I just cleaved at it again as hard as I could.
Very good. Okay. You could, as you do that, you could see out of your peripheral the other 3 gnolls just kind of look at each other with a real worried look. You may see some pee drizzle down one of their hind legs, and the bright white snow becomes yellow.
Can I shout at them?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Throw an intimidation check at him.
All right. Yeah, just turn and just blood curdling scream.
All right, I wanted you to get a 15, but you didn't. So they're still kind of focused on the poor freaking cleaved kobold that's in the ground. And as one of them's pissing down its legs, the other ones are looking at it as if, come on, man, get it together.
You just burp at him instead of scream out. Like one of those indigestion burps.
I do say there is something called a. This goes back a ways. There's a critical hit table and there are critical fumble tables. This is something I'm going to start looking at over the next couple of weeks, and I may implement. Some people hate them, some people love them. I think we'd love them because just the way we are.
Yeah.
You know, it's really fun to describe the critical kills and stuff. We'll keep doing that, but in the future, I might add a different element of the game. A lot of people complain because it can make as you level up, it's like really a level 16, 17 would be failing so much of the time, but there are different ways to go about it. So let's say you hit a critical failure. You're basically going to roll on a 100 table, and depending on the results, we're going to do something, whether it's a crit hit or a crit fumble. But to get to that table, I think we'll have an intermediary roll based on what level you are and a percentage. So I'm still kind of researching that. But for now, we're just going to keep going with what we do. Max base damage is the crit plus the extra dice. That's how we run things here.
If someone tips $5, they can put in a suggestion for a crit.
There you go.
With half the wits?
Definitely half the widths. All right, Abar, I don't believe you're old enough to have any more actions, so I don't even know if I should have let you scream there, but that was fun.
Yeah.
So go ahead and.
Oh yeah, I gotta hit and turn.
Yep.
I ended my turn.
All right. Well, this kobold here, he's up, and he is definitely not going to go charging at you after all that. So he loads up his sling with a pebble, and he lets it fire. Oh, and it's a hit. Pebble comes whizzing at you, Abar. And it hits you for 2 damage. Basically plunks off your cheek. You get a little scar, like a little tear there. The blood starts dripping down.
Oh shit, Abar's gonna get pissed.
Did I? Yeah, that did work. All right, then this little fella is gonna go ahead and
He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have done that.
dash over. Yeah. All right, Ragnar. What you got?
I have my warhammer out, and I have my holy symbol, and I start making a prayer, and I cast Sacred Flame.
So there's no to hit on that. The gnoll succeeded on the save.
Oh, yeah, there's no damage on save.
It's a dex save, and yeah, it's a save or suck.
Okay, so that unfortunately, with all that, sorry, I'm kind of responding to somebody in the background. With all that, Ragnar, somehow the gnoll succeeds to dodge the bright light coming down from the heavens.
Then I'm gonna move up 10 space.
Yeah, you can move for sure.
I'm gonna have my turn.
All right. All right, so the gnoll straight out in front of you, Abar, is definitely not looking to charge at you. He does, however, have one of his comrades by his side, and it's You can kind of see the mane stick up right on the back of his neck, and he zeroes in on you, loads up a pebble, and he sends it your way. And this one connects on your other cheek, hitting you for 1 damage. So now you have a cut on each one of your fat, puffy cheeks as blood drips
Oh
down.
no. Abar's getting best.
He's gonna scooch back. All right, Farvin, you're up.
That one just made a mistake.
Farvin's leaving.
Peace out. I want these beautiful cheeks to be pierced. How far away is that, Farv? $85?
That might be past. What's the low number on your ranged weapon?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Oh, 150. He's good.
Oh damn! Oh, he's got a longbow.
He's got the longbow, son.
He could be back on the ship.
Shit, yeah. Dude could be back in Mokba. How we doing, Farvin? Everything working out okay? I don't know if he's muted or what, but I'm not hearing him.
Oh, there you go.
All right, so
There you go.
I think I was pressing the wrong key there for a second there. Pardon me. So while I'm pulling back on the string, you're hearing the bow go. "Arrrrrrr."
Come on, big money, big money. That'll do it.
Boom! Oof.
Still good.
Yeah, well, let's go ahead and describe that kill.
So, as I'm staring down the arrow and let my fingers release, I'm watching the arrow just fly across the field and aim precisely into the gnoll's eye. As the gnoll takes the hit in the eye, falls backwards and just lumbers to the ground.
Wow. So, as you do that, the other two gnolls, they definitely look at each other. They look at you. They look at the two dead corpses that both got one shot. They're sort of glad the fifth person didn't show up. And you can see that the hackles have gone down, the eyes have pinned back, and they're very, very nervous. Do you have an additional move or feature you would like to use?
I am done it because I remember to hit the enter button.
All right. So, Meepo. Not do too much actually, because he's only got 30 feet of movement. But what he's gonna do is dash.
Abar, you sound like you're out of breath.
I'm mad.
Okay.
He's gonna dash around like a little monkey.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this might be the end of me. It's okay. I'm
Looks
taking
like some
risks.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shit. You're gonna probably smack them both in the face.
No, because I had to dash, so I used my action. They were just out of range. But I can. But I will. Oh, it's one action. Never mind. That's it. Dash. Yeah, I got no other bonus, so I am good.
All right. Well, as scared as they are, they look down at this little tasty morsel that's sitting between the two of them. There's no way they can't pass up taking a bite. So the gnoll to your south there kind of puts his spear down. You could see his teeth are just salivating, and he lunges forward to take a bite. As the other one's hackles that were previously down from the kill, he's quickly forgotten about the brutality of that arrow that went whizzing by, and he's excited to take a bite as well. Boom! So he lunges forward, and through it all, he misses. Just, you ninja-like dodge out of the way.
Sidestep his stab.
Yeah. And he gets a mouthful of snow.
You'll have to be quicker, friend.
All right, Abar. Up to you.
All right.
Round 2, fight.
So. You can move exactly. These are 5 feet each tile.
Yes, they are.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
If you hold control down.
You are so
I like to do it my way.
Okay, yeah, you do you, baby boo.
The blood, I can smell the blood dripping from my cheeks down past my nose, and it just sends me into this
Horny.
just furious rage.
Oh, he is definitely raging right now.
I'm gonna target the one in front of me with my great sword.
It's not a bad sword. It's a pretty great sword.
Wow.
And I'm gonna miss.
As furious as you are.
Blood was just in my eyes a little too much.
You look down at me and you think back to the little girl and you start crying a little bit.
This
Tears in your eyes.
this little fella still salivating over the morsel that came running up in between him and his friend, barely noticed the half-orc charging next to him and still takes a lunge at the poor little kobold.
Yes!
And God,
Definitely.
dude,
I front flip over his stab.
His bite?
and he too gets a face full of snow, except this is the snow that was yelled from the piss previously on the Abar kill. All right, so
Yellow snow isn't lemonade.
that's right. Ragnar.
Ragnar puts his warhammer up in the air and he pulls his holy symbol out and casts Sacred Flame.
All right.
I guess it's called Sacred Lame.
No, he failed. So
He
you
failed?
dealt 2
the
damage.
check. It's good.
Very good.
Okay.
So the
Just
light
rolled crap.
the light
so.
comes forth from the heavens and singes his eyebrows for 2 points of damage.
Nice. I'm going to move.
It dried up the snow on his face. The piss snow.
Well, that guy's definitely not going to go.
I'm getting ready to line up my next shot here. Take an aim, direct line of sight to the next gnoll. Pull back on my longbow again.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Oh,
Oh,
man.
it even hit
Yeah.
Abar.
Abar, I'm going to go ahead and run with that since it was perfect. Roll me a what's your damage roll?
I do.
Not you. The archer there.
Oh, it's a 1d.
Just do a 1d4 plus 2.
Okay.
Does it help if I'm raging and have a resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage?
Yeah, we can half it.
So what am I rolling?
1d4 plus 2. Some arbitrary number.
Oh, of course, it's max damage.
6 minus 2. All right, so you're going to take 4 damage, Abar. Or no, you're going to take 3 because it's half. Durr, I can't mouth.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right, Farvin, anything else you would like to do? Anybody else you would like to hurt?
Yeah. Anything else? Anything else you want
I'm-
to do back there?
I'm going to use my Mask of the Wild to hide my shame. So it says you can attempt to hide. I guess even with some falling snow and mist and
It's definitely freaking like a whiteout. So you're golden. You're hidden. I think there is.
All right.
I thought there was a combat effect for that.
I think I
So-
put an effect on.
Because there is a ally within 5 feet of the enemy I'm targeting, I would normally be at advantage, but because it is daylight, I'm at disadvantage, so I'm just attacking normal. And I am missing.
Oh,
But
was close.
because I did an attack action, I can do an unarmed strike as a bonus action. I've got nothing. So-
yeah.
I went
That's
I
it.
went to stab him. And I missed him because I can barely see anything. And I go to kick him and I basically do just like a pirouette and completely miss him. And you know, I want to go prone. Make me go.
I was gonna
prone.
say the problem is it's slick out, so you're
Yeah, I'm prone.
you're down and out.
I'm gonna take
He
that.
literally disappears into the snow.
Yeah.
thank you for
You
not
ju-
kicking me.
You just hear a "Whew," and you just puff of snow, puff of snow.
All right, go ahead and hit end turn.
It might be
Alright.
advantageous because they might not be able to see me now, but
Well, not being the brightest creatures in the world.
Yeah.
This knoll to the south of you sees you fall down
you would roll
Like-
at advantage.
like a knucklehead. Though he sees this as an opportunity to skedaddle.
Oh.
So, Abar, if you would like to take an attack of opportunity against the gnoll right in front of you.
Yes, I would. Would it just roll a normal attack?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, my lord!
I just.
So the gnoll turns his back to you and starts to take a couple of steps. And go ahead. Roll your crit damage. Like you even need to.
We've had 3 crits and 2 nat ones.
Yeah,
And
I wonder
that's
if he-
very good damage.
If he's got some client side cheat hack mod, I don't know.
Nope.
No,
All right,
Wait,
let's
wait.
go. What happened?
it took Cambar's dice. That's what happened.
Never mind.
Go ahead with the kill, Abar.
So he turns his back, and I saw my new friend Meepo embarrass himself, and I did not want. I felt like he was going to run away and tell stories of his epic fail for years to come, and I did not want that to happen. So as he turns to get ready to run, I take my greatsword and just from head to taint, I cut him in half.
Don't forget, you have an arrow sticking out of your back from another person embarrassing himself.
I'll get back later.
Okay. I turn to the last one. If I could remember the controls. There we go. I turn to the last one. And I say, now it's your turn.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
my gosh! Holy!
This game's broken.
Oh my god! Holy!
Well,
Fucking-
everyone watching on
Holy-
Twitch, I'm glad you could attend. This game is now over. The campaign is gone.
Yeah, the campaign's gonna last about 10 minutes at this rate.
And yeah, so my character will be dead soon.
Holy cow.
So
Well, you have to do damage.
I
think
do.
you're
Yeah.
really
I'm gonna do
bad.
plenty of it.
Go ahead.
Oh.
So this one, and I say now you. This time instead of the other guy was from the skull up, so my sword was already on a downward swing. This time I went taint to skull and sliced him up the other way.
You
And then
got
I
it.
reach back and can I pull the arrow out?
Yeah.
Okay, I do that.
You should have been like, I'm gonna taint you a lesson.
I know we're rejoicing over these crits, but remember that the enemies can do that as well. So if they have the same setup that our good friend Abar has, all of us would be one shot with
I
29
don't know.
damage.
I'm starting to think it's got something to do with
I'm
Ragnar's
just saying,
prayers.
if you notice, I think our highest HP
I mean, they may
is
not be praying to the same god Ragnar is.
14. So we would be literally dead. That's double damage.
That's a chance I'm willing to take.
I'm just saying. Our rejoices might be Aaron's just biding his or DM's just biding his time.
It was luck of the draw that I got 3 crits in a row.
I say that it was no luck. It was Clangadin that shined his prayers down on us.
I would like
You
to
gonna dash
dig
forward?
into the snow and grab Meepo by the collar of his shirt and lift him out.
All right, you do that.
Did my plan work?
Yes, you did wonderful.
Good.
As the
brush it.
blood's just dripping off my greatsword.
You just gonna brush myself off, and he's gonna look around, see if anyone is buying the story that I'm trying to say.
So does let's see who anyone want to search these bodies for me?
Abar, hold on just one moment. I'm gonna lean in and take that arrow out. I'm gonna need that arrow back.
Yeah, I threw it on the ground.
Oh.
You can have it.
So I pick up my arrows.
How many arrows did you shoot there?
I shot twice.
So 2 arrows. All right. Now you get them back. All right, guys. The white crow, as it will, comes down from its higher perch. You can see the rest of the black crows are still kind of fluttering about a little more excitedly, as if a lot of caws are happening, as if they're rejoicing in your victory. And the white crow continues to head
I
down
want
the
to
path.
try to
a little
extend my
ways.
arm to the white crow.
The crow takes notice of that, but does not desire to move your way.
I would like to search the bodies.
I don't know if we have time for that. This crow, we need to stay on task.
It's been with us through all that fighting. I think it'll be fine for another
All right.
15 seconds.
I think you're right.
All right, so we had as you're searching through the bodies, you find 2 broken slings, and a couple of daggers that are still intact. Other than that, there's some torn up hide armor that wouldn't fit anybody right now. That was obviously kind of custom ripped and torn to throw around these gnoll-like creatures.
Does somebody have a notepad they want to keep track of that?
Yeah, we did, that wasn't a point of order that we did not come up with. Was somebody to keep track of things for me on your player end? Is anybody would like to be a scribe?
I'll do that.
Okay, I'm going to create a remember the journal area, Farvin?
Yes.
I'm going to create a folder right now.
Looks like the rolled up parchment.
Yeah. I'm going to give you guys owner to that folder. And I'm going to make 2 journals. One's going to be called items and money.
Can we rename it to Fat Loots?
Yeah, I mean, this is your stuff, dude. If you'd like, I do not mind.
Or that could be Ragnar's gambling money.
And then I'm
Whoa.
gonna call it a. I'm gonna make another one called Quest Journal. So if you want to take notes.
I'll take some light notes, but I don't know if I'm as savvy.
All right. So you should. Can you see the two new items of money, and then there's
do,
another one called
yes.
Journal? Okay. If you pop those open, you should be able to switch between the two. Actually.
Finger pop.
You, you don't see any other journal entries, just to confirm?
Just those two.
Okay. I'll make sure you're not seeing the whole campaign. So, all right. So, 2 daggers, 2 broken slings, and some 4 ripped up hide armors that is pretty much useless at this point.
Sorry about the armor, guys.
We might be able to piece all of that together for one armor for Meepo, maybe.
Maybe.
All right. So you guys record that in your journal.
I did.
What would you like to do next? Assume you want to finish following the crow,
Yeah.
or
Follow the white
Yeah,
crow.
follow the crow. Did it seem like the gnolls were running in a specific place? Is there any tracks on the ground with all the snow?
Just the tracks just seem to emerge from the tree line, both north and south. 1 second though, let me look something up real quick.
Me, when my hack for my crit dice is, starts rolling nat crits.
It's working! It's working!
All right, so actually, my bad, I didn't read something right. So as you finish up and you're looting, the actual white crow flies down from its perch and indeed gets close enough to where you could possibly touch it. And Farvin, as you approach the bird shifts into the form and stature of a woman of Vic Mordair descent, glowing with a soft white essence with the form of a milky incorporeality. The woman is nonetheless beautiful to behold. She speaks out. Let me just get you a real quick. Give me a little spirit.
I have a boner.
She speaks out. My people need you, heroes from another land. Please, you must follow me. Upon her final word, she again takes the form of a white crow and flies ahead down the path. Always careful to stop just within sight. Her eyes speak to the desperation of her plight.
We all just saw that, right? That wasn't just me?
No, I saw that, and I guess I don't need this bread, and I'd like to take a bite of my bread.
You do that.
I
We
still
got-
see nothing. I see no crow. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, I grab Meepo this time and throw him on my shoulder
All right.
and say, "Let's go." Farvin.
Yes, we need to.
Or Farvin. Farvin. What?
I knew there was something special about this crow.
Yeah.
Now,
let's go.
Now this woman needs our help. We need to get going and follow it.
All right. So after a bit of time, probably another 45 minutes, trudge through the wilderness here. Following the white crow, you come upon a ruined village, within which only one long house still remains. And this is just kind of where I keep reading here, what you're walking up into. You find yourselves at the center of a swirling mass of crows. Tighter and tighter the crows fly, enveloping you in walls of undulating feathers, blocking out the light of the day, the white of the snow, the scream of the wind, and the cold of the season. There, within this perfect black, does the white crow again take on the form of the woman from earlier on the path. Beckoning with her hand towards the walls surrounding you, she begins the story of her people. And as she does, images leap from the dark, illuminating her tails across the wall of black crows that are circling you like a tornado. She speaks out. Ours was a simple life. One lived in concert with the waters of the lake, the animals of the woods, and the crops of the land. We wanted for nothing and lived in peace. That was all changed by a group of hideous beasts, dog-like men. Impure to our shores, we know not how they arrived, but their intentions were obvious. Coley, sweet brave boy Coley, turned them away, drove them fleeing into the night. But they returned in league with a summoned devil of vast strength. Knowing we would never survive the onslaught of them all, Coley bade us escape our mortal frames by an ancient ritual that bound our spirits to this land. His intention was to deny the devil our souls and to spare us the frightful pain of death. The last sound I heard that day was the sound of my sweet Coley's death scream as he gave his life protecting the door to the longhouse, giving us the time to finish the ritual. And as she's telling you the story, you're kind of like enveloped. Like I said, like you cannot see beyond the blackness of these crows, and you are seeing just vivid images like all around you, just pop up of, you could see out in front of the longhouse. You can see there's, probably 20 gnolls, and there's this vicious ice devil looking thing. And in another scene, you see within the longhouse the remaining villagers trying to perform some sort of ritual. You see other villagers out amongst the snow alongside Coley, just falling to the devil and the gnolls, just overrun, dying left and right. What you also see in these visions is two items of note during the ritual that's happening within the alive villagers inside of the house, the longhouse that have been locked in. You see two items laying on the table. There is kind of a spirit wheel, if you will, which is kind of akin to a what is it? How come I can't show this? Let me pause that. It's like a dream catcher. Yeah, hold on. Oh, try that. Does that pop up?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So you see that lying on the table in unison with a calumet, which is it's a pipe. Don't get excited. But it is this guy here.
Hey, that's Ragnar's pipe.
All right, let me get back to the reading here. So as one, the massive crows all grow more immaterial until you can clearly see the front of the longhouse through them. Losing their clearly defined shape and outline, the crows all merge into a mass of spectral energy that tapers into one long flowing current as the spirits retreat back within the confines of the longhouse, leaving you to the silence of the ruins of their village. Before you stands all that remains of this once proud and happy people. The longhouse is impressive in its construction and is adorned with the markings of tribal people, with antler, tusk, tooth, and totem surrounding and framing the building. The two totems at the front door give the uneasy feeling of watching your every step as you approach the door. So with that, let's go ahead and take 5. And I'm going to get ready to change the scenes up. Okay?
All right.
All right, cool.
play a little song for everybody before we come back in a minute.
We welcome you all to our fantasy land. Yes, this one should be quite the rager. We know what you're thinking, it's role-playing, yes, but not of a sexual nature. Take a moment with us on this beautiful Friday. As long as you're not at the wheel on the highway, we'll make all these crybabies dance. This is our chance. Take off your pants. We're dick jokes and dragons, and we hold the key. Our character class is much cooler than thee. So join us at Dick Jokes and Dragons and shout out with glee.
All right, I'm back.
Alrighty.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, Bar, you can scroll out just a titch on the Twitch stream.
A titch on the Twitch.
Yeah, yeah. Kind of a weird large map, though. There you go. That's good.
All right.
All right, we're looking for. I heard Meepo. I heard Abar. Do we have Farvin or Ragnar?
I'm here.
Farvin's here. I don't know where Ragnar is.
Give him a couple seconds.
I'm back.
All right, so guys, obviously from the last description stands before you. We're in the ruined village. You've made it to what appears to be a single long house standing in front of you, with some ruined, dilapidated buildings surrounded you. You do hear way off in the distance some rustling around in all directions. You're hearing the cackles, the hyena-like cackles of gnolls. The stream of spirits, if you will, that had materialized from the show of crows there, drifted their way into this longhouse, as did the specific white crow that has been kind of leading you down this path. And as it would have it, you were sent to look for a suitable shelter for the captain, the crew, and the passengers. And standing before you seems like a rather large, intact building. What would you like to do?
Well, guys, I think we made it, right? Isn't this what the captain was wanting us to go investigate?
Well, yes, but we know what we came across. Maybe we should check these buildings just to make sure it's safe before everybody comes up.
I may not be able to hear things, but see
but
things,
there are.
but I can hear cackling.
From where?
Does that mean we should get the soldiers from the ship to help us?
We might get ambushed on the way back as well, so we might as well.
Is that white crow around? Can we send them to help? Send that white crow to tell the rest of the crew where we are?
I don't know. They had a hard time seeing what I was looking at.
I still have yet to see it, so that might not be a safe bet.
Well, as far as you know, it is kind of flew into the longhouse. Granted, the doors were closed; it just passed right through it.
I think we should start. Why stop following the crow now?
Right.
Let's see what we're up against before we tell the town, the ship, that this is a safe place.
Abar, I recommend you take lead. I'll keep an eye on our backs.
I will take point.
Okay, unpausing. Go ahead and move.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to the door. I will not click on the door.
Okay. Are you able to click on it?
I can. I was just waiting for the rest of the party to funnel in. I didn't know if Meeps wanted to be way behind.
Judging that he can't really see very well in the bright white snow, he's probably going to be right next to somebody.
I'll take
Yeah.
Meepo by hand and try to lead him towards the door.
Okay, guys, I'm opening the door.
Come along, Meepo.
All right, I open the door. I'm gonna move
All right.
inside.
Yep, go ahead.
Move here.
So as you guys move in, light seems to come from the very air itself within this structure. As a soft glow illuminates the dwelling, the air holds a staleness of age, and the longhouse has the feel of a place long left undisturbed. Random furs and clothing lay scattered throughout the main hall, looking to have not been touched since they fell. 4 doors line each side of the hall, each crafted with the same care and talent that laid the walls and floors of the hall you stand within. If you knew nothing else of these people, the skill they demonstrated in the construction of their dwelling should tell you theirs was a people that took great pride in their work and its efforts. At the far end of the hall resides a final door that stands out from the rest, as it had a log hastily jammed into its frame. Crude nails still protruding from the wood, showing an unsuccessful attempt to fully secure it. Several tables of simple design rest within the hall, and upon one rests the calumet you were shown within the visions by the spirit crows. This wooden pipe, decorated with bird feathers and claws, measures about a foot in length. The connection between the bowl and the stem is webbed with an intricate carving of a spirit wheel.
How bright is it in here?
Not direct sunlight, but it's you could probably see as normal.
Okay.
Because it's just kind of lit up by the various
It's just
crevices
the
and whatnot.
direct sunlight where I can't really see well. Like bright light is fine.
Yeah, and the sun's not reflecting off the snow in here or
Yeah,
anything. It's just it's peering in through the cracks and crevices of the wooden longhouse that you're in.
Yep. Do we hear anything?
All you can hear is the distant sound of cackles outside and in the woods.
Okay, so nothing inside.
It's absolutely quiet inside. Seems peaceful. You feel at rest.
Shall we start opening some doors?
Yes.
We should investigate this place. I feel it's pretty safe. I have a nice, calm sense of security here.
Do we want to split up 2 by 2 or all go together?
It seems it would
We
take.
could each take a
quicker.
door.
Yeah, obviously, you didn't enter. As far as you know, what looks like a dungeon. It's just a longhouse. There could be a trapdoor or something like that, but right now, you would figure Abar as you're standing in front of that door that the other side of it would be a room. Everything's unlocked, so you can go ahead and open up. If you guys want to do throw some investigation checks, I guess.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Just give me a 12 or better.
I'm gonna roll
And
investigation check.
let's go like one at a time here, so I don't get overwhelmed. Who's that?
Sorry.
It's okay. I can handle. So I got Meepo with a 6.
Nope, that's from before. I got a 14.
I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So where are you, Meepo? All right.
I'm in the south.
Meepo, as you're digging around in that room, you obviously can see, there's an intricately woven rug on the floor there. A couple of knocked over clay pots that are cracked. But you also find within there, you find a little cache of furs and pelts. I would say you probably find half a dozen furs and 3 pelts that look like they're probably beaver pelts in nature, and the furs are probably from some sort of bear. Okay. So I got. What'd you say?
I wrote those down.
Okay, cool. Now, Abar, you're in that room. You rolled a 9. You didn't beat the 12, so you didn't find anything.
Yeah,
Ragnar,
so
you're in the center room and the rolled a 9. You did not find anything in your general 20-foot purview.
So I kind of came walking out of that room, kind of looking side to side. Not really saying much. Other than I didn't see anything in that room.
I'm gonna check down here real quick. I'm gonna poke my head in there and take a look around.
All right, roll on in there and give me an investigation check.
Ooh.
All right, amongst this room, again, you see another, you didn't see it before because you weren't in another room, but you see a similar of a woven rug with some crows kind of embroidered into it, a couple of large pots, and within one of the pots, you find a box of tobacco, herb, and some tinder.
Ooh, I'm 6 foot on Tinder. I would like to investigate this room here that I'm in.
Ragnar moved into a room first. Would you like to investigate? Ragnar? Just roll a die. You've unfortunately, Ragnar, you look around, you see a nice torn up, just from time. It looks like the bear rug laying in that room. Has seen better days. Go ahead, Abar. Wow, what happened there?
I have a -1 for wisdom.
Beautiful.
Yeah, nothing in this room either, guys.
Yeah, you don't really see much.
I don't know if anyone wants to double check, but
I trust
Meepo, Meepo, you're in that next room over.
South.
All right, you find a small cache of polished stones, various gray in color. There's a couple that are somewhat slightly tinted red.
All right.
Probably about half a dozen of them, various colors.
Are they seem like they worth something? Should I put it down in the, or should someone put it down in the?
They look real decorative. They don't really, maybe you could sell them for a couple of copper pieces or something like that, as far as you know. But they don't look like a ruby or it doesn't jump out at you like that.
All right. I found these stones, Farvin.
You've done. I look down at him and kind of try to pat him in the head. You've done a very good job, Meepo. I appreciate you.
Thanks. He's gonna hand them to Farvin. I have no need for stones.
this is the end of the longhouse here.
There's a door here.
Yeah, hey, Bar, as far as you can tell, you open that door. It's just the log that was hastily tried to. It looks like they were trying to barrier it up there. They didn't quite make it. Just falls to the ground with a thud, and you can see outside that there's just the other end of just some more woods and snow. All right, guys, we got a couple more rooms left. Let's move it along.
I think Meepo was looking to the north.
Just looks like bones.
Yeah, indeed, it does look like the remains of various animals.
I know a thing or two about animals. Do you mind if I take another look, Meepo?
Be my guest. gotta check his dice there.
Oh my god.
Leave my dice
Yes.
alone.
Okay, so as you're shifting the bones around Abar, you find underneath them, you find kind of a good sized box crate, if you will, and there's a small assortment of weaponry within. You open up the crate and you find a hand axe. Are you writing this down? Somebody?
Yes.
All right, you got a hand axe, 2 daggers, 1 damaged long sword, 2 short bows, and 1 quiver of 20 arrows.
Guys, I found some weapons here. Help yourself. Whatever you think might be useful.
Perfect. I could probably make use of the arrows.
Maybe I can get this longsword repaired.
I think me and Ragnar are gonna take a look in this room down here.
Now, if you can do me a quick favor, just put a dash, and whoever's name is going to like claim those items, and at the end of the game or tomorrow or whatever, I'll reassign them, and that'll take care of the weight distribution. You guys are obviously light right now because you don't have a lot of shit, but at some point, encumbrance will come into play, I'm sure. So,
Okay.
unless you find a bag of holding, natural 20 boy over there. Okay, anything else? Any other searching? How we doing?
I'm gonna take a look down here in this southern room. Investigate.
Abar searched here and didn't find anything, right?
All right, Farvin
I think Ragnar and I see eye to eye.
Yeah, you're in the same room. You find various wood carvings in that room. Just looks like whittled ornamental stuff of Vic Mordair flair.
I'm checking the room that Abar failed in.
Nothing really is in that room, and with that, you guys pretty much exhaustively, just to move things along, searched the longhouse. And as you guys are coming together towards the center with your findings, the spirit manifests itself again in the center of the room, and as if it was more than just one voice this time, like a conglomerate of spirits all together through this lady who's manifesting. You hear, heroes, hear us. For many moons now we have waited for one such as yourself to enter our lodge and come to our aid. All that you see within these walls is yours. Take it as you wish, as we have nothing left to offer you save our gratitude. We ask only that you light the calumet and follow the path of its smoke to our stolen spirit wheel. Please find that which we need to be free, to feel the wind again, to know the touch of another, to age, and finally pass as nature intended. We beg of you, help set us free.
What is your name?
They not know their name, as it's a collective group of them speaking through this one lady.
You shall call me Bob. All right. I think we should set these people free. Let them have peace.
We need to find the peace pipe.
I believe you guys have the peace pipe.
We need to find the catcher thing.
Yeah.
I got the tobacco, herb, and tinder.
There's just that completes it right there, right? You got the pipe, the tobacco, and the tinder.
Farvin just lights it up. Just gets high and
Ah.
passes out. Dang it, Farvin.
Ragnar, would you like to do us the honors? Ragnar?
Ragnar's drunk and asleep on the ground.
Again.
I'm ready to do it.
Oh, there we go.
All right, I want
He's
to hand
awake.
him the. I want to hand him the tobacco.
So I
They-
take the lighter, the tender.
There's no lighter, but there's a tinder and some flint and stone that somebody could help you probably.
Okay.
All right, as you light up the calumet, the smoke starts to gently drift off towards the doors from which you came through and out as far as you could tell.
All right, we head that way. So, guys, now that we know that this building is safe, should we go get the rest of the crew?
Are you stepping outside?
Not going outside yet. Oh.
Okay.
I was kind of
What's-
going up to the door.
All right. Are you Abar, Meepo, Ragnar? Ragnar, you got a smoking calumet. The smoke is drifting out towards Farvin and through the doors.
Okay.
We're getting late here. Let's.
Let's go. I'm gonna move my character. I was clicking freaking Twitch. That's half the problem.
Where's the smoke going?
Is drifting to the building to your north.
Closest to the north, or like more northwest?
Right where Abar is.
Okay.
Should we check out the smoke first? Clear these outbuildings before we get the crew?
I want to see if I can take a perception check to kind of check the wilderness around us to see if there's anything kind of watching us that's close that might, you know.
You definitely can hear the cackling of hyena-like creatures, but go ahead and roll your perception check. No immediate signs of them that you could see moving around. It's still quite bright and quite blankety of snow and white. In fact, Meepo should be next to
We'll run
somebody
back here
now
with
'cause he's back
Meepo
outside.
to try to lead him the way to the building here. Come
Yeah.
along, Meepo. Take my hand.
I'm with you. I'm got baby aggro.
Okay, Ragnar and Abar, you are at the door from which the smoke from the calumet is drifting off and into.
I'm gonna open the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna step inside.
Okay, and the smoke drifts in towards the center of the room and just somewhat marinates and sits in the center.
Like to roll an investigation check for the room?
Yep, go ahead. Go ahead. Beat a 10. What you can see kind of over in the corner where it looks like there's bones is indeed, you do see the skeleton of a long dead hyena-like creature, kind of like probably a gnoll from what you could tell. And located underneath it is the actual spirit wheel that is being looked for.
Guys, I found the wheel.
Good job. I'd like to see if there's a trap door underneath this bear rug.
So you move the rug aside and there's no trapdoor.
I'm out of ideas, guys. Now, we found the spirit wheel. Does anyone remember what we're supposed to do with it?
We're supposed to set them free.
Did we see if there's any particular place that we're supposed to hang it? Should we check out the other buildings?
Yes.
Before
Or
anyone
maybe
leaves,
take it towards the center where that big giant totem.
Let's roll it from the door. Let's roll it like a wheel rolls towards
It's not.
the totem.
It's like a dream catcher, dude. It's not that kind of wheel. It's
I
like an
never-
ornamental type thing.
Oh.
I never closed the door. Does it seem like any enemies are outside, encroaching us?
Negative. You can still hear the distant sounds of cackling.
Do we bring it back to the longhouse? And that's where the white crow went?
I'm inclined to think so.
Could there be more than one, and maybe this is not the real one? Should we
I'm
check
gonna
out the
light
storm
up and try again. Smoke.
As you step outside, enveloping you again with a wall of swirling feathers, the crows fly around you as the white crow takes form in the center to thank you.
Guys, I found the white crow.
Forevermore shall your names be sung upon the lips of our people and carried upon the winds of this island. You have earned praise here today, Outlanders, and that shall not go unnoticed. Surrounding the women of white are the visions of the villagers, this time as they were long ago. This time they're not dying or being murdered by gnolls and a vicious ice devil. They're in praise, they're clasping their hands as if to thank you all. They all speak. We ask of you that you place the wheel and the calumet back within the lodge and leave the island as our friends. We honestly know not what will come from reversing the ritual and wish not to risk your safety, our saviors. Please take our love and gratitude and leave this place to us.
Can I ask them what's in the other buildings?
They're not really like an interactive type deal. You know what I mean? These are spirits and visions speaking to you.
I see. I see. Okay,
So
guys.
they kind of want you to take the items back to the longhouse from which the table was, where the
Alright,
the calumet.
let's honor their wishes.
Let's honor their wishes.
Come along, Meepo.
So in the interest of moving things along, so what's the plan here?
We're gonna take it back to the longhouse.
Yes.
All right. So you guys are going to go ahead and move back into the longhouse.
So fast, so clean.
The white dove sits upon the table from which you had found the calumet, and you can kind of see where the ritual had been taking place during the battle that Koli had started with the invaders and the ice devil. So there's definitely a place for both pieces amongst wood carvings and some various stones and whatnot, tribal pieces on the table. And she bows her white crowish head graciously.
I nod back. Also
I
graciously.
bow.
I hope your people will find peace.
All right, Ragnar, you have the peace pipe. What would you like to do with it?
What peace pipe?
You have the calumet, the pipe.
All right, I put it on the table.
Thank God. And who picked up the dream catcher?
Ragnar.
Was it Abar?
Yeah.
No, it was our elf friend.
Yes, I picked up when I did that investigation.
Farvin, what would you like to do with the spirit wheel?
Break it in half.
Oh shit, that's a good idea.
Is there any obvious place in the room that looks like it would be hung from?
Actually, yes. There seems to be
like a mantle or something.
A string of twine that just descends from the ceiling right above the table from which the calumet was placed, and the other ornamental wood carvings and stones enough. So and you could see it was ripped from. It's frayed at the end of it, and you could see the other end from which it came from, which is kind of tied around the top of the spirit wheel.
All right, Meepo, I need your help. I want to hand you this spirit wheel, but I want to give you a boost, so we can get this thing hung back into place as it should be.
Or I could put you on my shoulders and Meepo on your shoulders.
Let's do that. That's a more sound plan than what I came up with. All right, so that's what we do.
Hold on. So who's doing what now?
Oh, I'm
the power
Meepo
bottom
on my shoulders.
Mind you, it's only about 6 feet in the air that you have to get to.
Oh.
Oh. Okay, so I just hang it up.
Thank you for not overthinking it.
While he's hanging it up, I lean over to Meepo and I say, I got another area they can hang that on. You know what I mean? Kind of like elbow.
Whoa! Whoa!
Yes, it appears it could be hung up on a small man.
As you do, the soft glow of the light throughout the longhouse illuminates the actual spirit wheel, which begins to gently move in a circle. And the dove flies to the front door from which you have came and manifests into her spirit self, and sort of just kind of bows to you and shifts her hands as if to say, "This is the way."
So we follow in their direction as I sort of like take a polite bow.
We're gonna move outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We've come this far.
All right. So, as the door closes behind you, you can hear the voices of the villagers rise from within, as if the answer of the wind picks up and creating a howl accompaniment to the choir of voices coming from within. As the snow rises with the winds, visibility is reduced to barely 5 feet in front of the PCs. Within minutes, the wind drops, the snow settles, and the longhouse is gone as if it was never there. A tiny single white feather gently floats down in front of you and lands on the ground.
I'd like to pick it up.
Okay. And you pick that up, and it definitely looks like, it's probably belongs to the crow. And it seems like it may have some sort of magical properties, but you don't know what they are yet.
What is that?
It's a single
feather?
single white feather. So the basically the ritual went off, right? You heard the voices, the choir of inside got real windy. You could barely see your hand in front of your face, and within moments, everything kind of died down to a light, gentle snow again, and the longhouse is completely gone, as if it was never there. And from when that happened, all you pretty much could see was the feather just floating down, and that's what Farvin picked up off the snow.
I believe they are at peace.
And the along with the longhouse, you're standing in just a field, and there's no remains of the village. Everything
Didn't
is
she
gone.
say that all the stuff that was in here we could have, and then she just disappeared it?
Well, no, you pretty much took it all, right? You guys
Oh, okay.
investigated. You picked everything up.
Can someone pinch me? I'm not dreaming, right? Like there was a village that was just here.
No, we did good, guys. We did really good. We helped them.
Yes.
Move on.
Some spirits and or energy can remain until put to rest or set straight, if you will. We
Yeah.
did good.
Let's see here. Yeah. Okay.
I think we should make our way to.
Yeah. Kind of as Meepo says, you pretty much can determine that you've given these people peace as they've asked for, and you've kind of helped them come through this intermediary and truly maybe pass on into the afterlife.
So we need to
We
still
did it. We
find
did it.
shelter.
Yeah, I don't know what the captain's gonna think about our adventure here. I don't know if
Yeah. At this point, as you're looking around, it doesn't feel like a lot of time has passed. You had gotten here about midday, but after everything that has happened, it seems to be dawn again.
Like as if we'd lost the whole day.
Yeah, pretty much as if like when the event happened with the house, with the long house and everything. You pretty much, as things settled, it seems like a new dawn. So it's say 6 a.m.
Wow.
and you've pretty much completed a day and you're into the next one.
Would anyone like me to prey on them?
Yes.
Do we feel rested? Or is
Actually, yeah, you do. You can all tag up a long rest. I don't know if you guys, that'll heal you up a little bit. So go ahead and do a long rest. And that'll be as in the kind of magical property realm of what had just happened. So do you guys remember how to do long rests?
Yep.
Open up you. Okay, go ahead.
It's on your character sheet, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
right underneath hit dice? Nice job, guys.
All right.
And you get your rage back.
Yeah. Do we want to head back to the boat and tell them this way? I don't think they'll believe us if we tell them we helped some spirits move on.
We can tell the captain, but it's up to him and his fate to determine what they believe. So we're straight up in like an open field. There's literally nothing left.
Correct. Nothing but the path that you came up of, leading back to the ship, if you will.
And how far away is the woods? Do we still hear the cackling?
The cackling has seemed to have dulled down. I mean, you hear stuff in the woods, but you're not quite sure if it's a gnoll or anything like that. It just sounds like wildlife at this point.
If we let go of that feather that we found, does it tend to blow in a certain direction every time? Maybe indicating the next way to go?
I think I'm gonna have to spend some time with this to really learn what it does.
Okay. Well, I say we don't go back to the boat without giving them a place for shelter. Is it still snowing just as hard as it was the previous day?
No, it's the weather seems to be letting up. It's light snow. The wind has died down.
All right.
Does
Guys,
this
why don't we head
seem
back
like
to the boat and see how they made out?
Does this seem like a nice area to set up camp? We can tell the captain.
Yes.
Yes. So let's make our way back.
Just keep
Well,
your eyes peeled for more gnolls.
so I pull out my holy symbol and I'm gonna cast bless on the party while I'm praying.
Cool. That only lasts like a minute, though, right?
You are blessed.
Ragnar.
Yeah, it's a D4 add a number roll to.
Yeah, but it only lasts for a minute.
Yeah, it's 1 minute.
Probably don't want to burn it now, right?
No, I don't want to burn it.
Right when we're about to start combat, that's a phenomenal thing to cast.
Well, I'm used to second edition where
Yeah.
bless lasts a lot longer than that.
Yeah. That's
All
why
right,
I
so
was just
we're gonna go ahead and head back to the boat.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Didn't think you were gonna get away that easy, did you?
Oh, we're in a. Huh. Interesting.
What's wrong?
We're in a new scene here.
Yep. So as you're walking back down the path, kind of right where you see the blood spattered gnolls hovering over them, you see a pack of gnolls, and out in front, you see a specific, looks like maybe a pack leader.
I want to shout at them and intimidate them with my roar.
I
Oh,
hear
look
something.
at that guy.
Boy.
And it's daylight, right?
Yeah.
Roger. Don't you worry, boys. When we finally get into dark areas, I'm going to do phenomenal.
And standing amongst the gnolls is this creature. You're not quite sure what he is.
Bear barbarian?
He looks kind of icish and devilish.
A fang dragon?
Did that come up?
No.
No.
Fang dragon?
There's a square, but no.
Yeah, nothing in the square.
Oh, here we go.
Ghost. There. Oh, gross.
Oh wow.
Oh boy.
That's
It's a
like a
lizard
lizard
man.
fish.
So as they're expecting the corpses that you had left behind him, they look up and see you coming down the path, and you guys are ripe for some initiative. Roll on, fellas.
Oh no. That's a no good at bar.
Ragnar?
Is that on the character sheet?
Yeah, if you
No.
go to the sword in the top right corner, you can just click the D20 that's next to your name. It's the easiest way to do it. Oh no.
Got a 20.
Yeah, we saw that.
All right.
Oh. Oh my gosh, these gnolls. 2 21s and a 17. These guys are on crack.
I had a refresh. Give me a sec.
What the hell happened? Oh, somebody put a fucking template there. Okay, that's why that did that. All right.
I guess Sacred Flame at that target right there, that gnoll.
Nice. That's not bad.
All right, hit him for 4. As you
Man.
call forth a pillar of light.
Wish we had fairy fire.
All right, this guy is going to load up a pebble
Pew pew.
and tag our cleric throwing flames around. Totally misses him. Big whip. At this point, he's going to move this way. All right, this guy's going to move up here. Take aim at the cleric as well.
Swing bada bada bada.
His hackles go up as he zeroes in on Ragnar. And he swings another pebble, goes flinging by, and lands in the snow with a pathetic poof.
I hit my Warhammer against the shield. I go, that's all you got.
This fella here is quite pissed that you tried to burn him up, so he charges you. The leader charges you, gets down on all fours, comes running at you, teeth snarling, dripping with saliva, hungry. Go ahead and try to take a bite at a crime there, McGruff. And he misses. Up to our heroes. Farvin, you up?
All right, I'm gonna take a few steps back.
See ya.
Peace out.
Might
Just a
take
few.
one-
Guys,
Yeah,
I'll see you back at the ship.
Right,
Longbows are just so nasty. They hit
Alright.
like a truck.
What's I
What
don't-
the hell's that? Are you doing that on purpose?
I didn't mean to.
All right, let me get rid of that, please.
I was trying to move the screen.
Alright. Oh, just on the Twitch observer, click on the upper left. Click on the human there. You have templates picked.
Oh,
Oh no! I love that new animation where if you miss, it goes somewhere else.
Isn't that
That's
cool?
so
I didn't even
brilliant.
know. I didn't even realize it did that until this game. I gotta fix Sacred Flame. Damn it! I don't know why that doesn't have an animation.
And then, as
Let me
a
put that on the to-do list.
free action, I'll make use of my Mask of the Wild and hide in the light snow.
Get look at Ragnar, a nice animation.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this guy is gonna not do a template. He's gonna get down on all fours and charge up. Target Ragnar. Salivating with his teeth. He's gonna try to take a bite out of Ragnar, and he still can't connect. Meepo.
Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Dang it! And of course, I get the nat 20.
Hold on. I gotta move you back into where
Sorry.
you were. You were
I was.
a 14.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you were right after. Yep, you're good.
All right. Sorry.
No worries.
I'm gonna come this way. And I'm going to target this guy. I'm gonna do an attack. Technically advantage, but then a disadvantage. Oh my lord. And unarmed. Hey.
Did that do an animation?
I
Yeah,
didn't see it. My damage thing popped up. Five. So swing at him, I technically kind of poke with it, and then I miss, and then I swoop around with a foot and connect for 5 damage.
Very good. The leader, the gnoll leader there, you can see is getting real dodgy on his feet, getting wobbly. That's the other one's cackle. Hit enter.
Oops, sorry.
All right, this fella. What's this guy gonna do? You see this ice devil looking thing sprout wings and fly through the air and come landing right in front of our friend Meepo with vicious teeth. He's going to lunge at him and try to take a bite.
Bye, boys. Oh, my.
He misses. But then he reaches out with a claw.
Ducks under the bite. Let's see what happens. Oh, that was on the 20.
Oof. Yeah. So he misses with his claw. So
sidesteps.
All right. Crit 20, man.
Watching my friends get attacked makes me mad. I move here. And then just as I move, the gold coin kind of flicks up in my face, and I'm just reminded on that feeling. And I rage. Do I need to click apply active effects on that? Or am I already...
Yeah, I feel like you might need to.
I didn't do that last time.
But I do. Hold on. Let me just take a look at your character sheet quick, because it looks like it did throw it on you anyway.
Okay. I did click it by mistake.
You clicked it on?
I clicked apply active effects.
Oh,
Things.
okay.
It shows 2 on his character, but only 1.
Oh, yeah. That's probably why. You probably only need to do it once.
No, it was on 2 before, but I did not click apply active effects.
All right. I'm going to take a note to check rage.
Okay.
Active effects. All right. Go ahead.
So, I'm going to wind up and swing at this guy. Fuck.
It missed. Kind of
Nice
hit me,
animation.
Bobo.
That's my turn.
All right, Ragnar Thunderbeard.
Yeah. I'm gonna look this guy in the face. I'm gonna pull out my warhammer, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna smite you with revenge.
You connect. Boom. So, as he's crumbling to the ground, he makes one last lunge out of desperation with his fangs at you. Oh, okay. Where are you, prick?
He disappeared.
No,
Yeah,
it's
no.
that blood spot.
All right, there we go. Okay, he's not incapacitated yet. Son of a bitch. All right, hold on.
I hit him so hard it broke the system, guys.
It did. His feeble attempt to.
Did he move away?
No, he's. Man, this is really. This was him, right?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, let me just fix it. God, my number pad doesn't want to work. All right, he's dead. Good to go, man. He tried to bite, but did not make it. And then, with the leader falling to the ground, you see some of the kobolds with that familiar look, as in their hackles are going down and their eyes are pinning back, and they are shaking in their boots. Ragnar, it's still your turn. Do you have any extra moves, bonus actions, or do you want to go ahead and end turn?
I am going to move over. Oh, I can't move over there. I'm gonna stay put.
Wise decision, friend.
I thought I could move in your square to save you.
This fella here is going to load his sling up with a pebble. His eye raises a little bit as he steps forward. Zeroes in on Thunderbeard.
Oh, there it is.
And he hits.
Damn.
Oh, that's not too bad.
So a pebble grazes your chin right in your beard there and gives you a good welt.
Oh boy.
This one, his hackles go up a little bit, seeing that his comrade connected gives him a little bit of hope as he puts a pebble in and loads it up and fires it at Ragnar. And boom, his connects. This time right off the forehead, Ragnar, for 3 points of damage. And they start kind of cackling, and their shaking turns into a little bit of a dance. Favreau?
All right, draw my bow, take aim at this crazy-looking frozen creature, and draw and shoot. Oh man,
Dang it.
Just not connecting today.
No.
You had that one good crit earlier.
I'll take my free action again and try to hide.
Love it.
All right, and turn.
Yep.
All right, this guy's going to go ahead and
They
try to.
can't hit you if they can't see you, friend.
scooch around to the back, try to flank old Meepo with his buddy, the Ice Devil.
Oh no.
Oh, and he
Oh, yeah.
misses.
He ducks under.
All right, Meepo, you're up.
All right. So he's going to duck under that attack. He will swing at this man. And I will wait for me to actually roll before I repeat it because I'm sucking at rolling. Oh my god. Good night, boys.
Oh man.
And that will be my turn.
All right.
Should have just cowered. Sorry, guys.
As this ice form devil type looking thing had just tried to take a bite at you and tried to swing his claws at you, he continues with his claw attack first. This time having advantage. And he hits you this time.
Oh my gosh.
Claw marks go right against your chest, Meepo. Kind of tear into your titties.
Titty sprinkles.
Oh no. Okay.
Titty sprinkles.
Anybody else's foundry go down?
No.
Nope.
All right.
But if yours went down, ours probably will soon.
Yeah, let me just see if I can recover. Yeah, I'm gonna have to refresh. All right, 1 second, coming back.
Four doesn't seem like a lot, guys, but it's close to 50% of my health.
I'm in danger.
I need an adult.
All right, so the ice fella here, right? Everybody back?
I didn't refresh. Do I need to?
Nope, I don't think so. I guess not.
I see everyone moving around.
Damn. All right, Abar, it's up to you.
Okay. I see this devilish monstrosity in front of me, and I see he hit me, Bo. I don't like it. And what'd you say?
If you move, you get advantage.
Yeah, but don't I? I was gonna do that before, but don't I get an attack of opportunity? Doesn't
No,
he get
not
to?
if you stay within contact, he doesn't. When you move away from him.
Okay.
So if there's a bad guy where like I am, and you try to move on the other side of him, the bad guy who I am would be able to.
Okay, I see.
Because you're moving out of my space.
So while he's clawing at me, Bo, I sneak in behind him to swing my great sword with advantage.
There it is.
Hit.
You rolled a 2.
I hit for 12.
All right, you destroy the devilish looking fiend. Do you want to describe your kill?
Yes. So as I'm behind, Meepo's in front, looking kind of hurt, I just take my greatsword and just stick it right through the face, the back face of that creature. And the sword pops out the front, and Meepo looks a little scared for a second.
Alrighty. End your turn. You can move. You can continue to move too. You have more movement.
So I move. Yeah. So I moved 1, 5, 10.
If you have the squares up, you should. I mean, if you have the UI up, you should see the little blue squares next to your profile. That's your movement. 6 out of 6 for
Oh,
me.
cool. So I move here into the bushes. And my turn.
All right, Ragnar.
All right. If I spin around attack, that's fine. Will he get?
You're good.
Okay. I am going to. He'll let me. I'm gonna swing at him with my warhammer.
You could move if you wanted to for advantage, but you don't need to, I guess.
You connect. Boom. Ragnar, describe your kill.
So I take out my warhammer and I swing it, and I hit him right in the head, and busts his head open, cracks open, and the other gnolls, they start speaking in their language, and they're like, "No, not my brother, not the face, no!" Kind of like a casino scene.
Yeah, I didn't know you know how to speak gnoll. Very good.
Those specific words, not in the face.
You
Don't ask
wanna-
why.
Yeah.
And you have any other moves? Otherwise, on your turn.
I am gonna spin around, and I am going to move 15 feet. My turn.
Okay. All right, this guy here is going to, seeing both those comrades go down, he disengages. What the fuck? Oh. So he flies into the woods. This guy does the same thing.
I don't get an attack of opportunity
No,
when they run.
disengage. They take their action to prevent.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
If you had a, oh no, that's Pathfinder. I was about to say Pathfinder.
So the gnolls, obviously, their leader and the Ice Devil dead. They have no faith in hanging around and trying to go toe to toe with you guys. They flee into the woods, cackling maniacally. And you are out of combat.
It does take guts.
Can I search the body of the gnoll commander person? Not the fish lizard thing, the other guy.
Yeah, he's got a dagger and a sling.
I will hold it up and say, anyone interested?
I'll take the dagger.
I will
It's
flip
gotta-
him the dagger.
It's gotta feed that gambling habit. All right, good guys.
No.
All right, we're getting running kind of late. So the gnolls have trailed off. You guys are now clear of enemies. You were headed back towards the boat. You want to continue?
Let's head to the boat.
All right.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah.
Does anyone else feel the boat's not going to be there?
I don't know. I'm scared.
I got a medicine bag. I could heal you guys up.
So you find your way back to the boat down to the shore. You find you just reached the beachhead, and it seems like the snow is almost dissipated into non-existent, and the winds are totally calm. The lake seems to have less ripples. The captain and his men see you coming down and say, "Ahoy there! You were gone all night. We thought you for sure for dead. We were forced to make camp here on the beach. The things got pretty nasty. We didn't want to risk trekking into the woods with the passengers here. What happened?"
You were wise. We got the second we stepped foot into the path, we were ambushed by gnolls. We fought hard. We were able to dispatch them. We made our way through the clearing, and I don't know how else to explain this, but we followed that white crow you heard us talking about, into a village, and the White Crow is actually a restless spirit looking for somebody's help. We help find the items to set their souls free and move on to the afterlife. And upon doing that, which took all night, that's when we noticed the storm started to dissipate and clear up. So I don't know if it was a coincidence or if the storm was from the restless spirits, but we got ambushed again on the way back to you by some more gnolls. So it's definitely not safe to travel into these woods alone.
He looks at you with a puzzled look on his face. Wow. And here we thought all this time these were just tall tales. Sounds like you guys have been through a lot and have done some good. The people of the Bickmore Dare regions may smile upon you if they hear such tales. And he looks at the feather that you have hanging there, Farvra Beans. Yeah. And he goes, this looks like one of their trinkets. May do you some good while talking with the Bickmore Dare clan people when we reach Rabalka. They might look happily upon it, especially if you tell them your tale. Anyhow, we've got a long trip. We've still yet to reach the Serpent Lake. Load up, fellas. It's getting near about midday. Get yourself inside, get you some food. You guys have the night off. Take some rest and get in your bunks. And join me in the morn. And we'll see how far we get. Looks like the weather has died down. I've had the lads load up the boat. We're ready to go.
And thank you for waiting for us.
It's getting ready to send a couple of my men. But we didn't have much time. I want to take advantage of this weather. I'm glad you returned safely. All right, then, let's go. And with that, he trudges up the gangplank, and the rest of the soldiers grab the final boxes and crates that were kind of laying around where you came through. And you head back onto the boat downstairs and get you some food and some warmth. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Nice job, guys.
You did it.
Yay. Let me go ahead and power down the stream.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you, everybody. It's good to be back. I'm super glad to be back, even though it was a little hectic, little things to work out, but we did it.